There we go. Yo, everybody, good to see you. Hope you're all having a good day. Hi, my name's Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing streams. Well, yeah, today's going to be one of those drawing streams. We're just going to be having a chill day today, while at the same time, we're going to be talking about all the things that, basically all the things that went into yesterday's stream, how we got that done, all the work that went into it, all of that crazy nonsense. I know we did on a live bird. Yeah, the bird's dead. That's right, folks. You thought it was you thought it was a model reveal yesterday? No, it was an execution. Oh. Oh, wrong one. So you're not supposed to be here. Hold up a minute. Well, this is awkward. There's your right. What? See, this is because of you know what? You know what happened? You know what happened? You know how we weren't able to get away with this one? Because we killed the bird. We didn't have a DD Crow to play. Since we didn't have a DD Crow to play, they were able to use Monster Reborn, and there was nothing we could do about it. You win this round, bird. You win this round. Anyway, going back to it. I think Lampy's in trouble. I too think I'm in trouble. Somebody send help. Somebody send help right away. Somebody send help. Anyway, going back to it. So, what was I talking about again? Right. So, as I was going to do today, two things. One, before we get into more details about that, let's just toss bird over here right quick. I was going to say, where do I toss the bird? You know what? Toss the bird over here right quick. So, two different things. One, as I was going to say, since today is the last day, we're just going to be chilling for a minute. Just hanging out. Draw while I talk about the things that, basically talk about a couple of things, but before we get talking about, how, basically the background stuff, what went into what went into that previous boss fight battle yesterday, first, we gotta talk about a couple of things. Folks, our goal right now is currently at 270, the contributions are currently at 270, which means we are actually, yesterday we were at 270, which means we were at merely 300, we were at 270, which meant we were $30 away from hitting the Fortnite community event. But I would also like to let you know that apparently a very generous anonymous person out of nowhere sometime after the stream decided to drop 10 subs. Which meant, if you cut that in half, that was about, if you look at the points that we had counted it for, 10 times 250, that is a grand total of 25 right there. Which means we are literally $5 away from hitting that Fortnite community thingy. Which means after that, basically here's our next two goals. Fortnite community night, which means I get to play Fortnite with with the folks in chat. So if you wanted to join in the Fortnite, we're almost there. We're real close to that goal. Look forward to that. Along with that, if you wanted to know how do you contribute, these are the ways: subs, bits, Streamlab donations. Link is down below. Or throne donations. Just put exclamation point. Either exclamation point throne, or you can put exclamation point links, and that'll send you on your way. But that is entirely up to you. That is only if you want to. By the way, no pressure though, no pressure. But yeah, we are real close. We are literally like $5 away from goal, from the 300 goal mark. Just wanted to give you folks that heads up. And if you wanted to know, what goals do we have currently? We already did the message where you folks get to post a message on the socials, as well as change my profile picture and banner picture. By the way, Destroyer can suck it. Destroyer can suck a lemon. Speaking of which, we also chugged that bottle of lemon. We still have the Risk of Rain 2 stream to deal with. We're gonna find a day to do the Risk of Rain 2 reset stream. I'll give more information on what that is later on in the week, because I'm gonna be playing Risk of Rain 2 next Sunday. After that, we gotta do a left-handed stream. I need to figure out when we're gonna pull that one off. Yu-Gi-Oh! Community Night. Well, we're gonna figure out all those community nights, and we also got one of the traditional art streams, or yeah, traditional art giveaway streams, so look forward to that. All right, in the meantime, let's catch up some things, because I just realized I didn't agree to anybody. Welcome on in there, Ryu. Does anyone else hear static? Oh, it's the soda. I mean, water. Totally water.
Rywelf donated $5. Congratulations, soldier. The Fortnite battlefield is calling you.
Well, it's time for Fortnite. Well, there's goal number, there's the other goal. Congratulations there, folks. Well, there's Fortnite Community Night, so I need to figure out when we're going to do that. But yeah, good to see you there, Ryu. Good to see you there, Dino Seeker, Zerates, Tony the Mighty. Hope you're all doing well. Hope everybody's having a good day. Where's your board? Oh, there's your answer. All right, let's see. Blink if you need help. I can't blink. No fair. That's not fair. Tony, are there any other signals I can do? Are there any other signals? Come on, help me out here. Give me a second. You know what? You know what? Tony, you got to give me something more than that. What other signals can I do? Right, the bird's got to be on the other side. Hold on a minute. Well, actually, now that I think about it, okay, we're going to leave the bird in the front for now, because I still need the bird to be on the front to showcase some things, because... Okay, so I did show off all the animations for the bird, although I didn't get the chance to show off most of the toggles, because, well, I later then realized... Can't really use a lot of those expressions during that boss battle, now can you? So, yeah, a lot was kind of missing with that. Alright, sounds like the opposite of trouble to me. What do you mean? Blink if you do not accept the cult. There you go, close enough. I found a way to blink, I'll figure it out. Anyway, going back to it. Look, anything is possible when I'm refusing the cult. Okay, so anyway, now that we got to that one, our next goal is about $50 away from releasing the Necro Sandwich out into the world for anyone and everyone to use. Anything to deny the cult. Exactly, Zerates gets it. But yeah, we are about $350 away from, or yeah, we're about 50 away from releasing the Necro Sandwich into the world. So look forward to that. I apologize there, friend. I do not understand that language. I only know one language, unfortunately. Wait, I hit the wrong person. Sorry there, Spock. I apologize, Spock. I apologize. Spock, I hit the wrong person. They popped up at the last second. Spock, I'm sorry. How do I bring them back? 92 seconds. Spock's gone for about a minute and a half. I'm sorry there, Spock. That's not the message I was trying to hit. That was not the one I was trying to hit. Spock, yeah, Spock got caught in the crossfire. I was just trying to get rid of that one message that I don't know what it said. I'm sorry, Spock. Necro Sandwich sounds scary, yet delicious. Indeed. It's basically this thing right here. Except... yeah, it's basically this thing right here. Except it moves. Look forward to that. Alrighty then. So, now that we've gotten all the details out of the way, now that we've gotten all the info done and such... Actually, is there a way for me to untime out Spock? I don't know how to untime them out from here. Don't worry, Spock. It'll just be a couple more seconds. You got this. I believe. Don't worry. I apologize. But so anyway, with that being said, how is everybody's Sunday? I hope everything is going well. I hope everybody's good. I hope you all had a lot of fun. As for me, today was a very, very busy day, but we'll get to that later. Right now, I want to talk about, yesterday's stream. It was a fun one. Now that it's over, now that it's finished, now that it's done, I can confidently say that I was stressing it like nobody's business at the very beginning. I was also stressing it very much nearing the end, mostly because there was one part that I really, really needed to make sure it landed exactly how it needed to be. Although, to be fair, there's a reason for that. I'll explain that one later. But yeah, let's get into all the features and all of that. So I guess first things first we should probably talk about is the freaking bird. So bird over here. Check it out, bird. Anyway, this one. So actually I could talk about this part right now. Funny part about it was just supposed to be this model. Just this. Just move to the left, move to the right, have all the toggles and all of that stuff. It was just supposed to be for that. And it was supposed to be simply for a YouTube video. Which, let's see. I think we could bring the bird a little further in. Which was, well, also, as I've mentioned before, there is a YouTube video coming out in the future that is supposed to showcase how you yourself, it's supposed to help others figure out how on earth you're supposed to make live 2D models. And this is the live 2D model that we worked with in those upcoming videos. It shows from beginning to end. It shows all the steps that you need to take just to make something like this happen. So, for those of you that are trying to learn live 2D, I hope you enjoy, and I hope I hope those videos when they come out help you figure out how to make models like this, or better. Mostly better. I'm hoping that you're able to make better models than the one that I made right here. Because don't get me wrong, I think it came out pretty well, I think it came out pretty well for what I was trying to accomplish. And then, as I mentioned before, I should probably show the other features, because, and one last thing, I forgot to mention this last part. In case you're looking at this model, and you're looking at the wings, yes, they are the exact same wings with the exact same animation as before. I looked at this situation and thought, you know what, the wings aren't bad right now. I shouldn't really have to work on that yet. Emphasis on the word yet. Because I want to let you know, or I want to let y'all folks know something right now. You see them wings on that model? You see the wings on the bird? Those ones will be updated, but I first wanted to work on just making the tutorial. Showcasing how to make a humanoid model in the first place. And that's basically it. That was the original game plan. With toggles and everything. Speaking of which, we should also probably show those parts off, which is mostly eye features. Also, in case you're wondering, why does the... Yeah. There we go. Anyway, you know what? Probably need to switch this model to the other side. Or, I think it's time to, give me a second. Bird, go away. Bring back bird. Also, welcome on in there, Captain Cosmic. Hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Alright, let me try to catch up some things. Weekend was chill. Just went to Las Vegas to visit family, as just came home today. Yo, congrats on the Vegas. I hope you had a lot of fun in Vegas. That sounds like a very fun time over there. Alright, so we're going to select the 2.0, and we're going to put it behind the Lampy model, so Lampy doesn't get hidden away by the wings. Also, what on earth just happened? The entire thing crashed. Oh, wait, there we go. Also, why are they tiny? That's the exact opposite of what I wanted. Oh, right, I should also probably talk about that Halo. That Halo was fun. We made a new Halo for it. We also added physics to it, so there we go. There's all of that. They're a fairy now. I mean, technically, angels are fairies, I think. But anyway, there we go. We added the new, we added a new Halo to that model, which this time it's got physics, so it actually moves up and down, like if it's actually floating over their head. So there's that thing going on as well. Oh, let me check something. It's fun to think my message is one you'd have time, or yeah, it's fun to think my message is one you'd have to time out anyway. Lampy would, or let's see, the message that they put was Lampy would love it if denying the cult wouldn't make it grow. Yes, I would. If the cult stopped growing because I denied it, I think that would be golden. But it doesn't. Denying the cult still makes it, if anything, denying the cult makes it grow. I lamp, yo, Cosmic. Or do you prefer Captain? You let me know. Well, anyway, let me go over here. Anyway, just needed to show off some of the features. Some of the features that you probably didn't see in the previous, in the boss fight. Because, Bird was literally like 6 feet away. One is the eyes. This time I took the time to actually add movement to the eyelids whenever the eyes moved to left to right, or up and down. And let me tell you, that took a lot of freaking work to pull off. Okay, maybe not a lot of work, but it was one of those things where it feels like almost unnecessary work. But let's be honest, when it comes to this live 2D stuff, people want the little details. People want the little details. Hence the reason why with this new model, a lot of little details went into it. Maybe not so much the eye physics. Okay, I'll be honest with you there, folks. The eye physics, how when the eyes blink and the irises, they just bounce left to right as if they're made of water or something. And I know eyes are mostly made of water, but... And I know this is a live 2D model, which means physics is not supposed to be something we're supposed to care about. But dang it, I don't understand the eye physics, therefore that's why I didn't put them on the bird. Which you're probably thinking, well, why does it shrink whenever the eyes open? Technically, that's more of the eye tracking not being 100% perfect. Oh, right, I should probably show that feature. There's also that part. Okay, so I found out how to make the eye physics actually, or not the eye physics, I actually found out how to make the eyes actually do the thing where if your eyes open wide, so does the models. Instead of just turning it into a toggle like I usually do, like so. Anyway, nice. Yo, thanks there, Sherbert. I greatly appreciate it. Also, one last thing. Folks, for any of you wondering, okay, this seems all nice and all. It's got the hair physics, it's got the eye blinking and all of that. Where's the mouth movement? Where's the mouth tracking? Lampy, do you not know how to do mouth tracking? Or do you not know how to do the mouth rigging? As a matter of fact, I do happen to know how to do the mouth rigging. It's just that, I kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? I set it up to the text-to-speech model, and I kind of got lazy and didn't switch it back for this showcase. I should have, but let me see. What could I put as a line? You know what, folks? Toss me a line for the bird to say. I'll give it some time. Toss me a line for the bird to say, and I'll show you what I mean. Almost any line that you would like, and we'll have the bird say it. Almost any line. Lampy Cult Forever? I don't know if that's the line that you want the bird to say, or... It's really hard to tell. Okay. Best laid plans of... Oh, let's see. Hello, hope everyone had a reason to smile today. Yeah, I mean, yeah, so far so good. It's been a pretty good day. I'm just showcasing the bird model just a little bit more, showing off the features that I wasn't able to show off last time or yesterday because, boss fight and all that. So yeah, all of those crazy things. How about yourself? I hope things are going well. Well, I guess this is one of the lines that we got to go with. All right, let's see. The best laid plans of mice and moths often go awry. Wait, is that the line that you wanted the bird to say there? Yeah, is that the bird that you wanted to say there, Tony? Or almost any line. Huns will be... Oh my god. Yeah, I'm not reading the rest of that. Alright, so here's the line that they, picked. We're just gonna go with the Sherbert line. Wait, I just realized what Tony's was. I think that one's... I'm not sure if what Tony said was also a pun.
Lamp Cult Forever.
Well, as you can see, the bird does have mouth tracking. They speak, and the face actually moves along with the mouth tracking, unlike last time. I'll actually show a comparison to the preview, or yeah, I'll actually show a comparison compared from this model to the other model, so you can see all the features, all the crazy nonsense, and all that, yada yada yada. All right, I guess we'll put that what line Tony said as well.
The best laid plans of mice and moths often go awry.
Really? Really? Hold on a minute. Really? There's... That's the pun you wanted. I believe that one was a pun, and if that's the case, that's the words you wanted to go with. Sorry, I'm on a Dylan Thomas kick. Honestly, fair. I don't know who that is, but honestly, fair. Wait, what the? I was gonna say, what happened to the live 2D stuff? Anyway, and we're back. So, there we go. There's all the features of the head. Oh, right, I almost forgot I just realized I didn't even show off the expressions. So yeah, there we go. Let's see. Mad face. Oh, that's sad face. I don't even remember which one of these are. There we go. Mad face. It's funny because now we get lampy facial expressions. Not quite. Maybe. Like I said, you still don't get to see the mouth tracking. And the eye tracking, or yeah, the eyebrow tracking, not... Well, actually, okay, so here's the funny thing. Eye tracking, or the eyebrow tracking, not gonna lie, I think it's okay. I think it actually works. The only problem is, my own eyebrows don't work. Eyebrows. I don't know how to speak anymore. But anyway, yeah, there we go. Those are the current expressions that we got. Or yeah, those are some of the expressions. Mad face. Sad face. Also, I don't know why, but sometimes whenever looking at it, I think it might also be because whenever I'm looking at the screen, it actually catches that I'm looking at the screen. So maybe. Oh yeah, I forgot. Unlike last time, the eyes actually have the tear animation now, finally. So there's that. Very unamused face. You saw this one when the bird was talking smack whenever you missed. So yeah, there's all of that. Definitely put in a little more work to showcase, or not so much showcase, but definitely made this expression a lot more terrifying in comparison to last time. And you can't even see their face. It's just complete darkness. And that's what's up. Eyebrows. Now is now my word for them. Why? Why is that your word for them now there, Sherbert? Oh, speaking of which, I almost forgot. Let's give a shout out to Sherbert. Folks, go check out Sherbert. They also do drawing, they also do art and all of that crazy stuff. Really fun times over there. And if you're a fan of Dave the Diver, I know why I am, go check them out. That's a good place to go see that game getting played. All that good stuff. Okay. Oh, right. We should also zoom out because one of the other expressions that was not shown just yet. Or yeah, as you can see, one of those expressions isn't an expression at all. Oh, actually, before we show off that expression, there was one that only popped up for a little bit. So how many of y'all have seen Delicious in Dungeon? Or Dungeon Meshi, whatever you want to call that anime where they eat the monsters? Where they cook them up like Monster Hunter? Maybe Elden Ring? I think they're... actually, now that I think about it, I do think you eat monsters in Elden Ring. I mean, find a dire wolf, you could actually take their meat, use that for food. Boom, there you go, actual food. So yeah, gun. Thank you for redeeming gun. Now, funny enough, I did not put the toggle for gun on the bird sword because there's a reason for that, but I'll get into that later. Anyway, and do not worry, in case you're thinking, oh, they're only going to showcase this one. Nah, we got a lot more to showcase, which is, you know, the background and the, you know, the background and the what do I call it? Inside of the robot. So we'll look forward to that. Anyway, there is one expression that cracked me up. So much so or yeah, so in that anime, there was an expression that cracked me up so much so that when people requested an emote, or when people suggested an emote for the for said bird over there, I thought, you know what? I know the perfect expression. This one. That emote right there. And you know what? While working on this here live 2D model, you know what I decided? Why just leave that expression on just the... Why leave that expression for just an emote? When we can actually put that expression on the bird. Good times. Good times. Oh, also, fun fact. I want to show you something. Fun fact, because if you think, okay, so it just has that blank look on their face. Can you get the bird to speak while you're... Yeah, while it's in that expression? As a matter of fact...
You mean to tell me a shrimp fried this rice?
There we go. So yeah, there's that expression for that bird as well. And, of course, now that we showed all of those, it's time to show one other thing. Yo, Destroyer, welcome on in. Now you'll be. I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Oh, now it feels like a Lampy stream? Oh yeah, absolutely. We still need at least the gun before we could call it a day. Love it. Yo, thanks. I'm glad that you like when there's your bird. But yeah, so, what was the other thing I was trying to say? Oh, right. Well, one, let's give a shout out to Destroyer. Go check them out. They play a good variety of games. Really awesome stuff. I highly recommend checking them out when you get the chance. Slow Flutter. You know what? I guess that's the perfect time to show that part off as well. So, first, before we show off the other feature that I wanted to show, I mean, I guess the usual. I will say this one did not change by too much, but we still kept the animation from before. Which is, you know, the wings. But this time, the halo on that bird is a lot more prominent than before. But what I really wanted to show off was this right here. Since, as I mentioned, originally it was just supposed to be all the features you saw there. That was where it was supposed to end, which was the actual, you know, model movement to showcase, you know, for future commissions. Regular wing animation, facial expressions, you know, the face toggles and all of that. That is where it ended. Or that is where it ended. And then for some strange reason, as I've mentioned many a times before, over 100,000 times within the span of when I was working on this project, I decided, you know what? We did one boss stream. Why not do it again? And so, that's when it was time to add other features. Like the sword. Because to be fair, I'll be honest, I did want to add the sword for some reason. I did want to add the sword to the model, but then I thought, okay, it worked for Lampy because I could, you know, threaten you folks with the gun. But for the bird to have the sword, what am I gonna... Or yeah, what is the bird gonna do with that sword? Honestly, I still have no clue. However, that's when I thought, you know what? Why not make another boss fight stream? And then I remembered how long that one took. And then I tried to, that's when, if any of you have ever saw that post on the socials where I said, oh no, I got ideas. The creative juices are flowing. Somebody stop me. Nobody stopped me. This was the end result. Making, the rest of this stuff, and you're going to see every part of it today. And yes, in case you're wondering, if you look real close, yes, there is a glitter effect to that sword, which I looked at this. Okay, so funny enough, I remember talking to folks about what sort of 2.0, you know, style, design, costume, get-up, suit should the bird have, and a lot of people mentioned, or the only two things that I put for the guideline was, you know, ice. Basically just ice themed. And so that's where a lot of folks were saying, go with something, one person suggested ice skater theme, another person suggested what's the other one? Another person suggested Viking, Gladiator, all of that stuff. And I'll be honest, I don't know how this came about, but also someone recommended feathers. And so I thought, you know what? I got an idea. I think I know how I'm going to pull this off. And yeah, so we also added that snowy ice glitter feature to everything else on this here bird. And yes, in case, well, yeah, also, for those of you wondering, or yeah, for those of you that were there, you already saw that the bird sword actually does swing, so that's a pretty cool feature. Not gonna lie, that swing feature actually took a lot more work than I had anticipated. All right, let me try to catch up some things while I'm working, or yeah, while I'm catching my breath on all of this. But yeah, folks, go check out Destroyer. They play a good variety of games, really chill times over there, really awesome people. I'm doing all right. How did the boss stream go yesterday? Surprisingly enough, not too much scuff. Not too much scuff as I was expecting. I'll be honest, there was one part, I'll get to that one later on, but there was one part where I was absolutely stressing it the entire time. Also, today is feeling really, really good because finally, after several months, also almost an entire year, I can finally show you folks what I had been working on all this time, because there was so many times where I was like, I'm working on this, I'm doing that, I wish I could show you what it was, you know, everything that was being done, but I can't. I gotta wait, I gotta hold off on all of that, so I gotta keep it under wraps until it is time. Even for some of my friends, I was like, I wish I could show you. I want to show somebody this stuff, but I didn't want to spoil them, or yeah, I didn't want to spoil them to the surprise, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna leave that part alone. I'm a, you know, zip. Nobody knows nothing. No project is well, a project is happening, but I can tell nobody nothing. But finally, after all this time, the day is the day I can finally show all of this stuff. Because, good lord, imagine working on all of this for months and months on end with nothing to show for it. Or nothing that you can show for it yet. It is torture, let me tell you. Moth for the Moth God. No moth. No, wait. No Moth God. That's the one I'm saying. No Moth God. Anyway. But yeah, I'm glad to hear that things are going well for you there. By the power of Moth Skull. Wait, why are we doing the He-Man thing again? You should add the I am the storm that is approaching sound effect when she swings her sword. Oh my god, you make a good point. Wait, I shouldn't add the storm is approaching to that part. I know exactly where the storm is approaching part should be added. Anyway, going back to it. Yo, Myoto, welcome on in. And thank you for the support. I greatly appreciate it. How do things be? I hope things are going well. I hope things are good. Yeah, we're just showing off we're just showcasing the bird right here. Showing off all the work that has been going on. Like, for example, the mad face. Sad face. Very unamused. Practically judging you. Absolutely perplexed. Complete derp. Absolute terror. You know you've done something. Yeah, you know you've done something and the bird's coming after you. Either that or you're a McChicken. And then sword. Along with sword swing. That one took a bit of time, not gonna lie. I forgot to mention, like, the sword swing animation, that one took a bit of time, mostly because, okay, the wind-up, not so bad. However, it was the swing, you know, the light that you get from the swing. Hold on a minute, let's zoom out here. The light that you get from the swing, that was made of originally it was made of 3 different features. It was supposed to be one giant circle that swings across, the actual, you know, the crescent shape that you see go across like so. And originally, it was also going to be a reversed clipping mask, but that kind of messed things up, so we kind of had to reverse it to just make it 2 layers. So whenever you see this, it is exactly, or yeah, whenever you see that swing, it is exactly 2 layers from that effect. this one little ball shine that goes across at the very end, as well as the actual swing. Of course, things are good over here too. Good to hear, good to hear. And Pun, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Let's give a shout out to Pun. What were you up there, Pun? Hope things are well, hope things are good. Let's give a shout out over here. Folks, go check out the Pun. If you're a fan of Souls games. Oh, and Dead by Daylight. That's pretty cool too. If you're a fan of, yeah, go check them out. They play a good variety of games. Really awesome times. Really great people. And everybody stopping by from, hold on a minute. We got to push one more button over here. Let the swing go on one more time. Everybody stopping by from Pun Stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. Yes, the bug is the streamer. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes I'm live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawn, maybe one of those drawn streams, depending on how long this takes me to showcase everything. Today is one of those, I guess it's one of those special event streams. Hold on a minute. Toss bird over here. Today, we are doing today is the last day of the Donathon. We just reached the 300 goal mark right over there. And we're also showcasing the live 2D model of the bird. If you want to see the, we're showcasing the live 2D model of the bird over there. I finally got to reveal that one yesterday. And, that's about it. If you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Coming to support, I thank you greatly for that support there, Pun. And I hope you had a lot of fun with DBD, the Debade. I hope it was good. I hope it was fun. I hope it was, I hope it wasn't too much trouble. The devil knows Pun. I'm not reading the rest of that. Anyway, I see what Spock's trying to do. So, going back to it. So, as I was saying, those were some of the features. But after that, I thought, okay, sword swing, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. But what if we take it a step further? And then I started thinking, how do we change? And this is where things went off the rails when it came to the entire project. Because like I said, it was supposed to stop at the facial expressions, the face toggles. And then we added a sword. And then the sword led to so much worse. Because after that I thought, okay, how do we make these mechanics work? Because we need to add fire damage to the next boss fight. Because we're making that next boss fight. Oh god, we're making another boss fight. Jesus Christ, why am I making another boss fight? So while I was having an existential crisis in the background, trying to figure out what I was going to do next, I started to realize, okay, I have a good idea how to make the fire damage work. However, the bird's got wings. And they can't just be for show. So what do we do with those wings? Well, obviously, something with giant wings would mean they fly with them, right? So, oh god, we're gonna have to make flying animations, aren't we? Because, again, part of me was just like, we could just make one swing, big swing, maybe a special attack, and then we'll be good. We're not leaving it that simple, are we? We're not leaving it that simple. And so then, we ended up adding an animation where the bird flies in the sky, the bird crashes back down, or, lands back down. But at the end of the day, something else clicked and made me realize, okay, we could have the bird fly into the sky. That's cool. That's neat. That's okay. What if we added something else? And while I'm thinking about all of these things, like, we could add this, we could add that. Why on earth am I doing this to myself? Now you're probably thinking, what were these things that you wanted to add? Well, those little flying, the idea was to make a little animation where the bird flies in the background, so you can see the whole thing go down. I might need to put the background back on because it is missing some of the major features of the lighting, so we might actually need to put that background back later, but we'll showcase more of that later on. But anyway, so there was an idle animation. Let me just move Lampy out of the way. An idle animation where, the bird is supposed to be flying in the sky in the background, and you only see the streaks of light going across. That was the game plan. And I could definitely tell you that one went through a lot of iterations, because The original idea for that was click a button, click a key, and one of those will go off, whichever key I press. However, it didn't land quite too well. I must raid and run, Lampy? How dare you? No, I'm kidding. Go. You take care of what you gotta take care of, and I thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate their pun. You go have a good night. Whatever it is that you gotta do, I hope it goes well. And I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. Have a fun stream and a grand rest of the Donathon. Yo, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Fast flutter, fast flutter. Okay, to be fair, the fast flutter does not work on the bird, but we do still have that for the Lampy model. Also, EB, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. We need to give a couple of shout-outs. Actually, I need to catch up with a lot of the reading. I was kind of in the zone for a second there. Give me 1 second. DBD? Nice, nice, nice. I hope the DBD was good. Never heard of... I don't know what that word is. Anyway, Lampy. Yo, Mary Lamb. Did I give a shout-out to Mary Lamb? We got to give a couple shout-outs to some folks. Actually, you know what? Hold on a minute. Okay, so we're going to leave this here. I'm trying to figure out how could I go about this. You know what? I got an idea. I know what we need to do. For this one rare occasion, we're going to need to go into the void. What do I mean by the void? You're going to see very, very soon. We're going to go to this part. We're going to go to the background. Because in order to showcase some of the other parts of this effect, we're going to need to actually have a background for this. So, color picker. Select. And we're going to remove the transparent background. So now you can actually see some of those lighting effects that were supposed to be there. Because I feel like the next effect that I need to show needs those lighting effects going on. So instead of it just being a little streak, it was also supposed to be a ball of light with a streak going across. There we go. But yeah, let's give a shout out to Maryland. Go check them out when you get the chance. They do a lot of arting. Really funny times over there. Really great people. I highly recommend it. And let's give also a shout out. Wait, EB, you stream, right? Let's give a shout out to EB. Just in case. Wait, I follow EB, right? Yeah, I follow EB. Oh, yeah. Okay, I recognize. I was like, wait, I recognize them. How do I not recognize them? I think I recognize them. I know I recognize them. I could swear that I did the thing, right? Oh, I just started last week. Thank you. Oh, okay, that explains a lot. I was going to say, like, wait. I could swear that how do I not, that makes a lot more sense. 2 weeks ago? Honestly, that's fair. And congratulations on a week ago? Congratulations on starting. I'm wishing you the best of luck. I know you're going to go far. You got this. But yeah, go check out Pun. Go check out Mary Lamb. Go check out EB. Go check out all them folks. Oh, she should do a superhero landing. See, I thought that too. There was a lot of things that I wanted to add. I'll get into that later. I'll get into more of that later. But yeah, once we're done with once I'm finished showcasing and talking about all the stuff that we added to the background, I'll let you know more about that one later. Because yes, when you mentioned that one there, Pun, I'm definitely gonna let you know. No, wait, not Pun. Tony, when you mentioned that, I could definitely tell you. You have no idea how much I left behind. Because I can definitely tell you, I wanted to add so much more. But I knew if I didn't stop myself, I wouldn't get to it all. I would never finish. So I knew I needed to stop. I needed to quit while I'm behind. Just gotta accept it. I'll talk about all the things I wanted to add later. And so anyway, now that you've seen that one just floating around there long enough, it's time to showcase the other part, because yeah, I could definitely tell you there was more to it than that. Hold on a minute, we're gonna put Lampy right back over there. We're gonna get bird, unlock bird. So we can bring the bird back out a bit, zoom out a little more. Or I guess not zoom out. Anyway, so we're just gonna go with this animation, because this was one of those animations that took me forever to figure out. We're actually going to need to bring the bird zoom out a little bit more so you could actually see what on earth just happened. because I wanted to make that one of those big attacks that when they're flying in the sky, they just pull this stunt. Just zipping around all over the place, just kind of messing with your perspective. Just, what's the word I'm looking for? Almost like get a robo. Let's get a robo. Anyway, yeah, so just wanted to add some sort of animation that's supposed to like, what's the word I'm looking for? There's a specific word for it. Where they do so much movements that they kind of overstimulate the opponent. Like, overstimulate the eyes, where they're like, maybe not the word overstimulate. What's the word? Distract. Like, so much stuff is going on that you can't process it. Overload. There we go. You kind of overload the senses. That's basically what the bird was, that's basically the animation I wanted for the bird. Where they do some sort of animation where it just essentially overloads the senses. Like, when you see something like that, you're like, what, hold on, wait, what? And then while you're looking at that, like, I have no idea what's going on, boom, that's when they hit you. That sort of thing. Anime manga from the 50s paved the way for combining mecha. Oh. Fair. Oh, right, I should also bring up one other thing. So, folks, I will say this. I don't know if it's easy to see on this part of the effect. You know what? Maybe not there. I just realized too much movement on that section. Let's try somewhere closer where there's a lot less movement. Here we go. Now, the reason why I bring this up is because, as you can see, there is an effect that goes on. I mentioned the glitter effect that is on the model. And one thing, or the reason why I bring that up is because if you ever wanted to find out how do you do that effect, it will be a YouTube tutorial, so look forward to that. But if you wanted to know immediately, because granted, chances are the effect might, that tutorial might take some time to pop up. Essentially, you got to have about 2 layers. You got to have a very, very large, you basically got to have like yourself like some sort of galaxy style design. Just get yourself a very bright galaxy style design. Just have a bunch of or like a speckle or galaxy, whatever you want to go with, like some sort of spatial rendering design. Draw it yourself. Draw like a spatial rendering design or something. Then you get yourself another layer and you just speckle that thing. What I mean by speckle is like bunch of little dots. Just plaster a layer with a bunch of little dots. Just a bunch of little dots, nothing more, nothing less. Does not matter what color the dots are, because the dots are going to be covering all that speckle. So do not need to worry about that part. There's also a feature I just realized I need to fix later. Anyway, so yeah, you just get yourself a speckled dotted layer. You get yourself a spatial or like a gradient layer with a bunch of variety of colors depending on what colors you want. Then when you're in live 2D, you basically do the clipping mask thing. Or is it the reverse clipping mask? No, it's a clipping mask. So basically you add the clipping mask, and now every time your model moves, it will have that effect going on. So yeah, I hope that helps. Do not worry. If that did not make any sense, do not worry. There will be a YouTube tutorial for that in the future, so you could get a better understanding of how that works. So look forward to that. Or you could look on Twitter. That's how I figured it out. Or that's how I learned it. I was going to say, like, not so much figured it out because someone else figured it out. I saw that YouTube tutorial, that Twitter video, and I was like, oh, that's brilliant. That is amazing. I think I still have that one. I think I still have that one bookmarked. So I'm giving credit where credit is due when that YouTube tutorial comes out. Anyway, going back to it. Okay, had the same basic animation when the mecha would split and they'd zip all over the place. Oh, I didn't know that. All right, so wait, is the same effect going on the other part of the sleeve? Yes, it is. Okay, there's one more thing that needs to be fixed up. All right, let's see. I'm trying to learn rigging right now. It's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. Oh, it's a lot. You're amazing at it and always pushing the limits in that models. So, models can do is very impressive. Okay, one, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. Two, I apologize. I struggled with that reading. I can't think very well today. But yeah, I'm glad that you like that. And I agree. Sometimes pushing the limits, you'll never know what you're gonna... Yeah, if you're pushing the limits for those creative juices, I will definitely say it's definitely well worth giving it a try. I will also say this should never be the norm when it comes to live 2D models. Okay, when I say that, let me clarify on that. Pushing the limit for yourself should be a norm if you feel like it, because I feel like anyone who is creative, they're always going to see something. Once they learn enough of it, they're going to start thinking to themselves, all right, I like how this is coming out. What if we take it a step further? What if we go further, like above and beyond? What if we go to infinity and beyond? And I could definitely tell you this one. I do this all the time. And I hate myself for it. But I do this all the time. And I love seeing the end result. Again, sometimes I really like seeing the end result. Flash warning. Anyway, so those were most of the, yeah, I think that was all the animations with the exception of just one more. So there's just one last thing, one last animation that I got to show off for the bird. And then that's basically all of them for said bird. And then we show off the other model stuff. So this one in particular, this one, how do I put it? Well, we're going to let it play because I'll definitely tell you, this one was the biggest struggle out of the entire project. This one was the biggest struggle. That one there. Now, why on earth was this part of the animation the biggest struggle? I'll kind of show you what I mean. I'll show you why this one was the biggest struggle. We're going to let it play one more time. Look at that little light, and then all of a sudden, just boom, it just zips right towards you. So, two things. One, luckily, it was only made out of 2 layers. Just 2 layers. It was that little light, or that streak that just zooms all the way down, and then it comes crashing down or crashing right towards you. Hard to make it look like it's curving to you? Yes, very much so. Also, Mio, welcome on in. Let's give a shout out to Mio Corgis. What were you up to? I hope things were well. If you're a fan of the Stardew Valleys or Drawn, very chill times over there, go check them out when you get the chance. I highly recommend it. But yeah, one, getting that, yeah, actually, as a matter of fact, getting that curve animation going on. Oh, right, it's because I'm over here. We got to push this button back over there. There we go. Yeah, one, to get it look like it's all the way off into the distance and then slowly, you know, just curving towards you. Just and then that last second, boom. Big, I just realized since I donated, I qualify for a colored doodle. That is indeed true. You do qualify for a colored doodle. Thank you for reminding me there, Ryu. Send me the details of what you want drawn, and I will do my best to draw that one on the streams. All right, I should probably bring that up, folks. Okay, so one other thing, we need to zoom we need to step away from this one for a minute. We need to step away from the live 2D for a moment, because I also needed to show one other thing, folks. For all of you that have supported, guess what? There are individual incentives. Number 1, if you have donated 5 or more, you get a colored doodle of your request, which means I draw something rather poorly, but I draw it to the best of my, I don't put in too much effort, and by not too much effort, I'm going to show you what I mean. Here is an example of what I drew a couple days ago. This was one of those colored doodles. If you want a colored doodle, you have the option to get that. We also have, if you donated 10 or more, you have the option to get a sketch. 25 colored sketch, 50 colored line art, which means you get the line art as well as the base color behind it. And if you donated 100 or more, you get your own custom art piece. Thank you there, Jungle. I greatly appreciate the bits. Also, ads start in a minute. Reminds me, I need to get the details of mine over to you. Yeah. Send me all the details that you, send me all the details of their destroyer, and I will do my best to make that project happen. So yeah, anyone who has ever donated, all you gotta do is just message me, and I will, all you gotta do is just message me on any of the socials, Discord, Twitter, Blue Sky, Coffee page if you like as well. Wherever I got socials that you can message, feel free to message there, and I will try to respond as best as I can. If you have reached any of these, send me all the details of what you would like drawn, based off of the contribution that you did. And by the way, it's optional. You don't have to if you don't want to. If you do not feel pressure to have to message if you don't want to. If you just want to support and you and you don't want the sketch or the doodle or the art piece, that is completely fine too. But this is a perfect opportunity to take that chance while you got it. So, I hope you enjoy. But yeah, thank you for the bits. Now, going back to the live 2D model project over here. Boom, there we go. I'm gonna put this back. So anyway, why were we talking about this animation and why it took forever? 1, the curve. 2, I needed to set up the keyframes when it came to animation to get that movement to work just right. Because again, we needed it to come down at a decent speed, slowly creep up towards you as if it's off into the distance, and then as it gets closer and closer, the speed that it is running starts to show what it actually is. Have some more bits? Thank you there, Jungle. I greatly appreciate it. Oh, right, I should also mention. Yeah, so if you look at the text-to-speech, you will see that if you give 5 or more bits, you get the option to have the bird say something of your choice. Entirely up to you. Okay, no pressure also, by the way. Anyway, so. And everything that I just told you right now, from the keyframes to make it slowly move downwards off into the distance, only to... Oh, actually, you know what? I can show it right here. Let's go back over onto this one more time. Let's push that button. So as you can see, it starts off with that line starting down there. We actually have to increase the size of the bottom half to make it look like it's curving, to make it look like it's barreling towards you for a moment. See it off into the distance, realizing, oh, that's coming right towards us, isn't it? And then, at that last second, show how much speed is actually flying towards you by just making it by basically just increasing the size to show, yeah, this thing, it's coming right at you. Now, you would think, yeah, that's a lot of work right there. Yup. Could you imagine it gets worse? You're probably thinking, what do you mean it gets worse? You mean it was... What? Okay, what do you mean? Like, you just showed how all of that worked? That sounds like a lot of work. What do you mean it got worse? How does it get worse? Well, it's time to show you the other half. It's time to show you... I just showed you basically everything, all of the features that were on the bird. All of the bird features. Now it's time to show the background features, the landscape feature, as well as the car feature. So we're just going to toss the bird over here for a minute. Just like as before, bird goes over here. Because now it's time to bring out the other, model. And by other model, I mean literally the background. Wrong one. Well, I guess this works. So, background. Let's actually, unmove that. Bring this out here. Toss the bird to the side for a minute. Because we'll bring the bird back later on. That one will make a lot more sense as we go later down the road. So, why do I bring up this box? why do I bring up just this, yeah, why do I bring up this box right here? I'm going to explain that one real soon. Also, thank you for the fast flutter. I will do that one as soon as Lampy comes back onto the screen. So, this is where I was talking about where things get a little more, where I started really delving into this whole boss fight theme idea. So, if you looked at the previous boss fight stream where it was the Lampy mech, you will notice that this is the very same background, which makes sense. They were both on that same battlefield in the boss fight. It's just the roles are reversed. So, why on earth are we looking at this background? As you can see, this background does kind of move a little bit. Especially if you look up, it moves quite a bit. Now, why did we put all of that? Because I wanted to give it a sense. Or this is supposed to help emphasize the sense of the POV for the car. I'll show more sense of that. Actually, we could show more sense of that now. So, the idea with this background was have it up close and personal, so it gives you a little bit of immersion there. So, when you look up, and this is actually based off of my tracking right now. If I look up, you see more of the top of the, more of the top view of that image. If I look down, see a little more of the bottom image. Not by too much, but yeah, I look left, I look right, it kind of slightly moves. Now, funny fact, I made it move a lot more when I moved left to right. However, I also started to realize it started to make me dizzy. And if I was getting slightly dizzy just looking at the background moving a little too much, I could only imagine how nauseating that would be for the, for the viewers to see this entire thing just moving all over the place for several hours. So I significantly reduced the movement. Reduced it just enough to where it won't make you feel nauseous just looking at the background. It moves ever so slightly, so it gives that sense that, yeah, you're looking left, you're looking right, you're looking up and down. So it gives all of those features while not, making you feel sick. Hopefully. Actually, folks, let me know, for everyone who was there yesterday, what did you think? Like, honest opinion, what did you think about the, yeah, let me know. Well, actually, we'll leave that for the end. We'll leave it for later. Anyway, so that was my game plan with this thing. Also, because there were certain effects in the game, like the fire animation and the background animation, the fire animation and the laser beam animation, which I did make a green and red background for the previous boss fight battle, I realized, wait, what if I let this background actually adapt, actually have a lighting adaptation whenever those two attacks actually go off? And so, I actually added a specific toggle just for those ones, or a specific animation just for those ones. Now, it's not going to look all that impressive right now, but I'll show you what I mean. For example, if the fire went off, hold on a minute, let me go back to VTube Studio for this. If the fire goes off, it actually shows, the background actually shows off that animation. It'll actually go orange. And if the green beam goes off, it would actually go green. So yeah, we added all of those effects simply for the background. So yeah, even if this is just a background, we actually had to put in a lot of work just for those parts alone. Which, not gonna lie, like I said, this was the part when I was going crazy. I was like, oh, we could do this, we could do that, let's add here, let's add there, let's do all this crazy stuff. I got so many plans, as you can clearly tell. And yeah, clearly went a little insane. Now, going back to it, this is why, or like I said, this is why we added the movements. Because we're going to add the car onto the screen. And as you can see, the Lampy moves, as you can see, whenever the tire moves left, whenever the steering wheel moves left or right, the background moves just a little bit, as if the car is actually moving left to right. And if Lampy's looking up, well, yeah, there it goes. Yeah, that's why I made... This is how we got the illusion of the car actually moving around like this. we got the illusion. Actually, we're going to need to zoom out on this one. We're going to need to go to the game room for that. There we go. This is how we got that illusion of the POV movement, is that the car model... Actually, here's the funny part. I want to show you that POV, or yeah, as you can see, whenever we move left to right, up and down, all of that stuff, that's the funny illusion about it, is that the car model doesn't actually move in any of those directions. I'm going to show you exactly what I mean, because if we keep... Oh, wrong one. Unlock the car. Take the background away. So if we hide the background, you'll see car does not move. Nothing moves. Up, down, left, right, none of that. All of that movement was actually from the background. That gives it that illusionary effect that things are moving around. But because of that, it's also time to show off one other part. Well, actually, we'll show off that other part soon enough. Hey, Bigfoot in the background? I wish. Also, good to see you there, IV. I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Are we there yet? Shut up, Rue. So, there's that. And yeah, this was one of those things where I was like, yeah, I might have been going a little too far. I might be, I need to be stopped. Because if you look over here, actually, let's take this away because we need to zoom in a little bit. Because I did want to show off some of the features, which is the steering wheel. I already showed that part off. But if you look, we also got that speedometer from 0 to granny to slow to normal to Euro beat. Put on that gas, gas, gas. We're not going to finish off the rest of it. But, okay, so in case you're wondering, what are those what are those 4 little trinkets right there? Yes, we did add physics just for those 4 little trinkets. The top 3 are very, very personal. The bottom one is just very, very funny. Shoutouts to anyone who gets that reference. Anyone who's a Hololive English fan, shoutouts to you. I'm pretty sure you get that reference. Especially if you know a streamer called Gigi. Anyway, as for the top 3. So, there were, throughout these times of streaming, there were 3 in particular folks that I've known of, that I've hung out with, like, on screen and off screen for quite a while. Like, they were actually, I think they were, like, one of the very first collabs that I had to, one of the very first, honestly, they were one of the very first groups that I had to set up a collab for. Because normally, whenever I did collabs, it was, hey, so we're setting up an event, you want to join in? And I'm like, yeah, okay. And I would just, you know, be in the background. And that, but with these 3 dorks, we were like, oh, we got an idea. This would be great. Let's try this. I was like, all right, I'm down. And then eventually we started, you know, I started pushing for this. Like, so are we serious about that one idea? Like, I mean, we can be. All right. So, we just need to figure out the time, the day, the time zone. Let's figure out all of that. And so, yeah, once we finally figured it out. Oh, right. I should probably name them. So, for those of you that may not know, there is a, funny enough, there was a, at the time, they were an Oni, called a Baka Water. I mean, they're still called Baka Water. And they rebranded into a bunny. So, yeah, they're a bunny mimic now. So, yeah, go check out Baka Water. They play a good variety of games, very hilarious streams. And then, there's, Aurelius. They are a... Okay, so here's the funny thing about Aurelius. Their entire theme for their... okay, when they were streaming, when they got the chance to stream, their theme was just barista. No special features, none of that mythical stuff. They were just barista. But since they weren't able to stream for quite a while, there was a running gag that they were dead. And we still use that running gag with them ever since. And so I thought the best way to memorialize them was to add just a little coffee mug. Yeah, a little coffee mug that just says Dead Man's Coffee. And then we got Circe. If you have been here long enough, you have seen Circe raid into us multiple times. Really great people. Really awesome streams. Go check them out. Go support them. Redeem the Howl Redeem. They love the Howl. They love the Howl, absolutely. So, yeah, there was all of that. And they also play Dave the Diver, so if you're a fan of Dave the Diver, go check out Circe. They play a good variety of games, really fun stuff. And then, yes, we got the SS Binted, because I thought, boat goes Binted. I just thought, you know what? I like a funny. I like a good funny. We're adding that funny in there. So anyway, that was all of those features. And, now why did I bring up, why did I zoom in on the steering wheel? I wanted to also bring that one up because those buttons actually move. I've shown this one multiple times, but yeah, those buttons actually move. Check it out. We should also zoom out so now you can actually see what those features actually do. Okay, so one, let's get rid of the car for a minute. Put this back to 7. Bring the car back so you can actually see this. Now you'll actually get to see what those buttons do. So you push the, or yeah, we push this key, Lampy pushes that gun button, and then boom. Open fire, all that crazy stuff. Also, welcome on in there, Ivy. I'm not sure if I said that one yet. Also, welcome on in there, Not Evil. I apologize. Let's give a shout out to Not Evil. Go check them out. Really awesome people. Really wholesome streams. Absolute gremlin. If you haven't checked them out, I highly recommend that you do. Really funny times, too. Boat goes Binted. Yeah, Ryu gets it. Boat goes Binted. Been driven crazy by the close-up. Ah, fair. Yeah, I apologize on that one. Alright. Outside the glass, is that funnel, or did you pit crew... Oh, or did your pit crew forget to take out the can of the refueling cell? Wait. Outside the glass. Oh, those. Yeah, no. Those are cannons. That's also a flamethrower. Now, also, like I said, going back to it, why on earth did we put the... Oh, this is the Moth Mech cockpit view. Yes, indeed, this is inside the Moth Mech, and yes, we do have a rear view mirror for some reason. And so anyway, going back to it. Now, here was also one of the other tricky parts, is, as you saw before, actually, we're going to get rid of this right quick. As you saw before, when we activated when we push certain buttons, the screen would take effect. This is why. We added 2 different animations. We added the animation to the background to make it go orange, and we added the foreground, or yeah, we added an animation to the POV mech to actually make it do the fire thing. Hold on a minute. And yes, we had to make sure they were timed, or I had to make sure they were timed that when the fire from the car animation went off, that the background would go orange at the exact same time. And as I'm mentioning right now, since those are 2 completely different live 2D models with 2 completely different animations, I literally had to look through them both and figure out what is the exact time frame that the fire goes off in the car, and match that time with the background, and set up the animation for the background to be timed at the exact same point as the fire. And then I had to do that again with the cannon as well. Sounds like a lot of work? Oh, you betcha! That's why I said I went a little insane, because like I said at the very beginning, this was just supposed to be... Okay, I've sent it for you later. Thank you, there, Destroyer. I greatly appreciate that. And Uniacorn. Is that how you pronounce it? You let me know. Or, wait, I think we already talked about this. You just preferred Uni for short, right? Welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. Wait, you were streaming yesterday, right? Or was it Friday? I know I saw you streaming sometime. I want to say it was yesterday. Or was it Friday? But yeah, I hope things were well. I hope things are good. Folks, go check out Uni. I highly recommend it. Really awesome people. A few days. I lost track of everything. I thought it was yesterday or Wednesday. Okay, yeah, I definitely lost track of everything. My bad. This week has been a hectic one. I honestly lost track of everything. I also sent my reference. All right, sounds good, sounds good. But yeah, folks, go check out Uni. Really awesome people, really awesome streams, really funny times. Go check them out when you get the chance. Oh, Lampy, I finally reached affiliate. Now I can pretend to be a streamer. Fantastic. I look forward to seeing what emotes you get their IV, and congrats on reaching affiliate. I didn't know you streamed. When did this happen? Am I following you? I'm not. Time to change that. We also need to give you, don't worry, they're IV. We also need to give you, VIP. Because you've been here for quite some time. We got to give you that VIP. Someone remind me to do that at the end of the day. Okay, so. Going back to it. Yeah, that was a lot of freaking work to get through all of that sort of stuff. And you would think, wow. So, that was all the work you had to do, right? So, you remember that previous animation that I said? We're going to go back right quick, because I need to show you one more thing. Y'all remember the animation that I said about the bird? Which, let's bring that bird back into the screen so you could see it. What the? Oh, it just needed to load. So, you remember that animation? I'm going to show you right quick. Let's actually go back. Let's remove the car for a second. Yeah, folks, you remember this animation? How I mentioned how I had to set up the screen for all of that? How I had to prepare that whole setting just to make it move just right? And that I said we weren't even finished with that? And you remember how I mentioned how we had to line up the fire animation for the car or the background with the fire animation? How many of y'all remember the final scene in yesterday's boss fight stream? Because we're actually going to show it one more time to let you know just how much of a struggle this was. Because, going back to it, need to line up the background. Line that one up just right, so the beam and the background are in sync. The background goes green as soon as the beam pops up. Background goes red when the fire goes up. And we actually had to line up the beam to get that proper beam struggle from that previous scene. To get this. Yeah, so not only did we have to do the animation for the beam, do the animation for the crashing back down, final shot moment. Also, apologies for the blinding light right now. If you were in a dark room, I apologize that you had to see this. So anyway, looking at all of this, again, going back to it, the background. Actually, I didn't have to do much with the background, if I'm correct. Anyway, the car, the mech, I needed to line up the animation. I needed to make a second beam animation. Thank you for the crab rave there, Supa. And welcome on in there, Dice Princess. I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. If there's a play on word, avian? Indeed, that is a play on word. Welcome on in, or yeah, you figured it out, IV. So yeah, we had to make two different animations. A second beam animation that lines up and times up at the exact moment that that blue animation comes careening right towards the screen. I could definitely tell you that part, this is why I said this part of the animation, or hold on a minute. That's why I said that this part of the animation, the blue part of the animation, was the biggest struggle out of it all. Because I literally had to make multiple features, multiple animations, just for this one part to work just right. And that was just the video, or yeah, it was just the visuals. Could you believe it got worse? Could you believe that something cracked into my head and decided I got a way to make this far, far more epic? Yo, Ellie, welcome on in. Thank you for the quack, and I hope you're enjoying your stay. Oh, I'm blinded by the light. I apologize there, Jungle. And let's give a shout out to Ellie Cartoons, folks. If you haven't checked out Ellie, I highly recommend that you do. If you like high-end energy, absolute insanity, and questioning what on earth you just said or saw, or if all of your senses are questioning reality, if you like those sort of experiences in the best ways possible, go check out Ellie Cartoons, because I can definitely tell you the amount of times I clip over there because I'm like, I'm sorry, what did they just say? I'm sorry, what just happened there? Huh? I kid you not, the amount of times that happens, can't even count them. But yeah, with that being said, it is a really hilarious place. It's a really great place, and honestly, Ellie, really awesome people. Go check them out when you get the chance. I highly recommend it. Okay, unofficial mod duties to remind you. Wait, remind me of what? Oh, also sent you the reference. Oh, fair. Thank you there, Ryu. I greatly appreciate that. All right, let me see. Also, Dahlia, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I have a message saying all hydrates are claimed this stream, but I am pretty sure you are due for a drink. Oh, right. I think I put a limit on the... Okay, I think I put a slight limit on the hydrates just so they don't get spammed from yesterday. I need to fix the hydrates again. Yeah, that must have been a pain to get right. Yeah. Could you believe it got worse? Could you believe that despite everything I just showed you, timing the two animations, getting the animations to look just right, and, syncing them up to work exactly as planned. Could you imagine that I decided, let's do something even worse than that? You want to know what I did? I added audio. Oh, right, I'm not zoomed in. I added audio. What do I mean by that? I decided that there was a part of a song that I wanted to sync up to it. Hold on, let me go find it. Actually, I can definitely tell you this. If you look at the previous... You know what? I'm just going to drop the clip here. Hold on a minute. Let me go find my own clip. Yeah, folks, give me a second. I'm just going to go find my own clip right quick. Because I need to show you this one. Because for those of you that weren't there, I clipped that one scene because, I was very proud of that one. Yeah, we could close that one. We could go back over here. And we're just going to drop my own clip right over here, just so you folks can see it. Now, why am I doing that? Because, as I mentioned, I got to show the audio. Yo, Mr. Bean, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. Okay, folks, go check it out right over here. This is the clip. Why do I hear boss music? That is the clip where you get to see how the audio synced up with the animation as well. And let me tell you, I worked on a lot I practiced that one a lot to make sure that the timing of that music was just right. I even had to write down when the exact time to push the button to get the whole animation going. Flash warning one more time. I apologize, folks. Oh, wait, no flash animation yet? Also, Mr. Bean, let's give a shout out to Mr. Bean. What were you up to? And Butt Pineapples. Yo, welcome on in, Butt Pineapples. How you be? I was going to accidentally give a shout out to Butt Pineapples. How things be? Folks, go check out Mr. Bean and everybody stopping by for Mr. Bean's stream. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, sometimes some live 2D rigging streams, and today is one of those special event streams. Today, I'm just showcasing all of the stuff that we did for the model, all of that stuff that we did for the boss fight stream. By the way, flash warning, because, as I was telling people, I had to line up the music and two whole animations to make sure that that one scene, that one clip up there, we're actually going to pin this one. I want to say pin it for at least 5 minutes. That should be a good option. There we go. Pin that one up there for 5 minutes. That clip right there, you will see the end result of all of the things. Because like I said, I had to wait for the right time, even write it down to figure out when exactly to push the button so that when the beat drops, so does the blinding light. It was a lot. But yeah, let's catch up with Mr. Bean. What were you up to? Banana bread? Nice. I love the mirror where... Oh, I love the mirror when there likely isn't a way to see behind it. Thank you, I greatly appreciate that. Oh, right, I should probably show that part. Give me a second. Okay, so, actually, I'll finally get the chance to talk about the POV. Actually, let me catch up with a lot of things, because I know I missed a lot of stuff. Let me catch up with things. Alright. Blinded by the light, embrace the light. That is what being a lampy is all about, embrace the light. How you doing? I am doing pretty well there, Ellie. Thank you for asking. Multiple things. One, I finally got a huge weight off of, it feels like there was a huge weight lifted because yesterday was a lot of pressure, trying to make sure everything fell into place just right, making sure all of the scenes went according to plan, making sure people were entertained throughout the stream. That was the part that I worried about the most because I felt like, you know, doing that whole turn thing every minute felt like maybe this is a little too much, maybe it's a little slow, maybe people might get bored after a while. I'm a little worried, but we're going to try our best on this one. We're still going to try to roll with this to the best of our ability. Anyway, I already showed off all the features of these things, so we can actually go back to the original thing. So, let's get rid of the car. There we get rid of this car. There we go. We get rid of the car. We go back to the background. We go back to regular moth model. Go back to the background over here because we need to add a couple of things. Background. So yeah, it was oof. Oh, and the other thing I wanted to say, one thing that I really do, one thing that I can say is that another reason why I feel good, why I feel great, is that I finally get to talk about this from after so many months. Again, literally, 2 live 2D models needed to be made. The POV, actually, technically 3 live 2D models need to be made. The POV, the moth mech, and of course, music stopped. Give me a second. Oh, no, music didn't stop. I think my earphones just died. What happened? Earphones, come back. Oh, there they go. Oh, it was probably that we were... No, wait, I didn't even add the bird to the screen yet. I don't know what happened there. Anyway, don't worry about it. Let's close Steam. We don't need to deal with all of that right now. Exit Steam. Exit Epic. Okay, there we go. Nuclear lamps? Yeah. Nuclear lamps are now legal worldwide. Also, welcome on in there, Awesome Umbra. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I apologize, it took me forever and a half to respond. My brain's all over the place. I'm going to try to respond to all the messages as best as I can. It might take me a minute, but I will try. But yeah. Going back to it, that POV one, funny enough, there was a video that a friend sent me where someone had a live 2D model where it was an entire scene where it was just their, you know, it was their model, but it was the POV from watching them inside the mech. Actually, I think I could drop that video around here somewhere. Hold on a minute. I'm gonna get another link because I need to give credit where credit is due. I definitely need to give credit where credit is due on this one. As I made sure to save this because I thought, you know what? I needed, well, like I said. And 2, I didn't know when I was going to work on it again, but when I saw it, I was like, I definitely need to keep that one for the future. This gives me an idea. So, where is it? Copy link. There we go. So we're also going to drop this link right here. Because like I said, so here's the funny story. A friend, Water, told me, hey, check this out. You do live 2D stuff. You might like this for quote unquote research. I was like, okay, I know what you're doing here, but you're right. This actually is some pretty good research, and it gives me an idea of what I could do. Now, if you look at it, it's the... Okay. Now, fair warning, fair warning. When you look at this video, try your best to ignore the big boobed anime girl. Or don't. It's a free country. Anyway, I'm not here to judge you. I'm not your dad. So anyway. So they sent me this, and when I saw that one, I was like, wait. I know you did this as a joke, but I got a brilliant idea for this. Or maybe they didn't do this as a joke. My opinion, thighs over boob. That's fair, that's fair. Sure. Jan, research. I don't even know what the second part was going to be for, but you know what, fair. I have an effect suggestion. You could add a red glow pulse inside the cockpit walls for when you're in flight. Oh, for when you're in flight mode, and solar panels in the rear view mirror. Oh, yeah, you know what? That's fair, that's fair. Yo, Booga, welcome on in. I was gonna say, well, actually, oh, right, now that I bring this up, or yeah, one, let's give a shout out to Booga. Well, anyway, I was mentioning that link, or yeah, I just dropped a link over there to show the, you know, to mention that was actually the inspiration for the POV. So, although, to be fair, as you can see, stark contrast in the difference between that one and this one, but I will still give credit where credit is due, which is, you know, this whole robot POV. Let's go back to the car. Where did I put it? Car. Well, one, let's drop this right here. Yeah, this entire Lampy car POV would not have been possible without my friend sending me that Twitter video, which is crazy to think about. That anime space girl live 2D model inspired flamethrower. Hold on a minute. It's crazy. There it is. That's my favorite asset. Yo, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I'm okay. Oh, I should also mention. Yeah, folks, if you like the driving car asset, then you'll be glad to know that this one ain't going away anytime soon. This one ain't going away. Because, you best believe, I'm definitely using this for future streams. Without fail. Like, without fail, this one's definitely coming back. I am just looking for some games to play this, or to use this asset with. And, honestly, I might turn this into a free asset, or at least an affordable asset, something like that. Obviously, getting rid of the lampy in the rear view mirror. Oh, you know what I could do? I might be able to use it as like a your character here option, or just put it blank. Remove the, well, maybe not remove the flamethrowers. I don't know. But yeah, wait, did I give a shout out? Yes, I did give a shout out, folks. Go check out Booga. Really awesome streams, really chill times, hilarious stories, like really awesome people, really great people, really amazing art. Like they just had their affiliate. Wait, was it their affiliate? Yeah, I believe it was their affiliate stream, like their first affiliate celebration where they were drawing teacups. Really awesome stuff. Go check them out when you get the chance. And also, like I said, very hilarious streams. I'll leave it to them to tell the stories, but one of them has something to do with the Super Saiyan. That's all I'm gonna say. You will have to go check out the Booga streams to find out what on earth is Lampy even talking about. But anyway, let's also get the other live 2D models back here, because now that I talked about everything, I talked about the background, I talked about the foreground, and I talked about all of that. And I talked about how lining up those animations was a pain in the butt. And I think it's time to bring back the bird. Because last but not least, the main reason why we made this an animation. And also, do not worry, folks. I will try to catch up with all the reading as soon as I possibly can. So, well, I guess since we're here, one more recap. Check it out. Actually, you know what? Yeah, one more recap. We added physics to the arms. Added a lot of physics to the hair. Actually added, what's it called? Eyelid, or yeah, like the eyelid movement whenever the eyes move left to right, because before, well, actually, I know exactly what we could do right about now. Last but not least, final piece. It's time to showcase, or it's time to show a comparison of what came before to what we have now. Lampy always clips my most cursed moments. Cursed? I don't know what you're talking about. Those were some of the most hilarious moments I've ever heard. Kind of reminds me of the anti-carjacking flamethrowers. Okay, which cars have anti-jacking flamethrowers? I want those. I want flamethrower. Well, yeah, I want flamethrowers on my car. Okay, so now that we got that, let's bring out the original bird model. And now it's time to do the side-by-side comparison. Because, don't get me wrong, I think the other model still stands strong, but obviously, let's put that there. We're also going to need to hide the background because it's kind of difficult to see them. So, oh, you know what I could do? I know exactly what I could do right about now. Just hide Photoshop, because I don't even know if I'm going to be using it right now. There we go. You know what? Let's also hide this stuff for a minute there. And Snowbun, thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Anyway, there we go. So, I thought, perfect opportunity to show a side-by-side comparison. The one that you see on the left is the one that was made all the way back in 2022. Where is the other goal that we're trying to get rid of? There we go. Yeah. And maybe the sandwich too. Okay, goodbye, sandwich. So yeah, here's the side-by-side comparison. The one that you see on the left, or yeah, the one that you see on the right is the one that was made all the way back in 2022 when I made one of my very first live
This is
TD.
getting out of hand. There are 2 of them now.
Indeed, it is getting out of hand. There's 2 birds, and I can't even fight. There's 2 birds, and I barely survived the first fight. Okay, so yeah. The one that you see on the right, that's the very, very first one that we made. And, not gonna lie, I think it was a strong start for a humanoid model, but there was a lot to be, there was a lot more to be left to it, There was a lot more that we could have worked on. And, to be fair, when I first started that one, when I first made that one on the right, it was definitely the best of my ability at the time. That's why I thought over the years, I thought to myself, you know what? Don't get me wrong. I like the bird model. Still works fairly well. I think the physics are still okay. But in comparison to what I've been able to make now, I think it's time for the bird to get an upgrade. I think it's time for the bird to evolve. Much like how Lampy did. So it's time to step it up. And as you can see, in comparison to the two, the movement on the left one, a little more lively, a little more active. But again, like I said, the first one is still just a product of its time in comparison to the other. The one that you see the one that you see on the left is basically the most recent of my abilities at the time. So I think it shows a fairly decent comparison, especially since it's got a sword. Check it out, sword. Not gonna lie, that's my favorite part. That is literally my favorite part of that model, is the literal sword. And yes, there are 2 toggle, I actually had to make 2 different arms. Actually, no, not even 2 different arms. I needed to make 3 different arms for the bird model. The first arm, actually, let me show you. We're going to zoom in on the bird one more time for this one. I actually had to make 3 different arms for the right side. One is the regular arm, or, you know, regular arm physics, all that sort of stuff. Then had to make an arm where the sword is, you know, where they're holding the sword. Well, yeah, they're holding the sword upwards. Also, Hardcore Lamp, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. So yeah, actually had to make a second arm where they're actually holding the sword upwards. And then, last but not least, had to make the third arm where they're holding it to the side. Yeah, I could definitely tell you. Like I said, this was those times where, or this was the part where this was the moment where I was like, I got an idea. Oh, I got an idea. I should do this. I should do that. I should do here. I should do there. I need to make this. Oh, right. Speaking of which, since I finally got all of this done and I finally showcased all of the parts and the pieces, I could finally tell you all the things that I scrapped. Because, yeah, that's right there, folks. There were things that needed to be scrapped when it came to this live 2D model. When it came to this entire boss fight idea. Because, actually, you know what? Let's put this bird over here. Let's put that bird over there. Because since this one doesn't have the sword, we can leave that one right there. There, perfect. Hello, hello. Welcome on in there, Aurelius. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. The slash animation is so good. Yo, I'm glad that you like that. A moth. In this economy? I know, right? Imagine being a moth in this economy. The electric bill's gonna go through the roof. Which is the right again? Oh, that's a good question. Okay. Let me see. Oh, you know how I could do this? I got an idea. Here's how we could go about this. We needed a cursor on the screen. And I know exactly how we could do that. We're going to use this light sword right over here, so we could figure out which one's which. So, this one over here, this one's old, or yeah, this one's the older model. This one over here, this one's the newer model. There you go. I hope that one explains everything that you needed to know. You can also tell by the hair maybe a little bit. And, you know, the fact that one of them has a sword. I think that's the best, way to explain which one's which. The one that's got the sword, that's the new one. Okay, the sword is gone, so that doesn't explain anything anymore. But yeah, there you go. Also, let me see. Oh, I lost the sword. Well, I lost the pointer. Anyway, oh well. I lost the little pointer that I was using to catch this one. Was it really that long ago? That's actually, yeah, about pineapples. It was okay. I'm trying to think. Yeah, 2002 or yeah, 2022. It was during some of the earlier years of these streams. It was literally the second year that I was streaming that we made the bird model. Wild to think about. Actually, funny enough there about pineapples. It was around that time that Scott, one of our regulars, they told me that I should actually try making live 2D models as a side job, as a gig. You know, actually make some money on that sort of stuff. Can you tell me the bird lore, Lampy? Ah, fair. Okay, so we got 2 different options on that one. I'm gonna put this lore comic right there to explain some things, but I will also explain. I'll just give a quick summary on the lore of the bird. But if you ever wanted to know more about it, just go check out that comic. There are no words, so if you do not feel like reading, you're in luck, because there's no words, there's no reading, there's none of that nonsense. And so anyway, what was the other part I was talking about? We should also probably zoom in on these birds a little bit more so you could actually see a little more of the facial expressions or something like that. Because, or what am I trying to say exactly? Oh yeah, there we go. You can actually also see, oh, actually, yeah, you know what? Here we go. if we zoom in on the bird's faces, you can actually see what I was talking about in the comparison of the eyes. Let's actually bring this bird back a little bit more so you can see that. There we go. Something along those lines. Move around a little more over there. There we go. So, talking about the eyes, like I mentioned before when I made these models, or when I made the previous model, if you look at the one on the left, you'll see that the eyes don't move too much, but when they do, the eyelids don't really move all that much along with it. But in comparison to the one on the right. So that was one of the other things I was talking about. Also, the music just stopped. And I forgot to mention the lore. So, lore behind the comic. Or yeah, the lore behind the... There we go. Okay, we're good. So, anyway, going back to it. The lore behind these here, or yeah, behind the bird. Essentially, Lampy is a small-time villain. Robs, loots, heists, commits robberies whenever they can. Nothing major, just whatever they could get their mitts on. If there's a bank, they're going to try to heist it. If there's honey, we're going to try to steal it. Also, yes, there's more than one Lampy. This is why I say you are Lampy now. You don't know what that means? Don't worry about it. My favorite of the stream, the lore. Yeah. Anyway, well, someone asked. Normally, I don't usually give the lore because, But, like I said, for the model, there was 2 reasons why I had to do this, so I also had to set up some lore, or, you know, finally establish some lore. Anyway, Lampy may or may not have committed one too many crimes, one too many incidences, stealing and heisting, and maybe gunpoint robbery, or gunpoint burglaries and stuff, like stealing somebody's mug. And eventually it got to the higher-ups, and they sent someone to go investigate. Guess who they sent? Ice time? Alright, I'll get the ice cream truck. Nice, nice, nice. Get that ice cream truck. That's the first part we need. Adore you, Lampy. You're so imaginative and fun. Lies and slander, I know you. And thank you, I greatly appreciate that. So anyway, the bird... Okay, so, long story short, the bird shows up. There's a bit of a scuffle. An explosion almost happens. Lampy gets captured. Or detained, if you will. But since now they need to find out the origin... Or yeah, now they need to find out... Since there's more of them and they keep on growing, where are these Lampies coming from? How on earth did Lampies come about? Where was the start of the first Lampy? And so... The bird is stuck here until they find out where did the first Lampy come from. And yeah, that's the story. Now, why did we make that story? Because 2 reasons. Well, yeah, 1 major reason. The real reason why we made this live 2D model. Why we made the bird. Because I needed to showcase, like I said, someone said that I should try doing live 2D humanoid commissions. In order for me to make live 2D humanoid commissions, I actually have to showcase a model. I actually have to show that I can actually do that. But I wasn't going to just make a model and have it collect dust. So, I decided we're going to make this bird. And in order for them to not collect dust, because I'm not going through all that work for no reason, I integrated it into the channel. But how do I integrate it into the channel without it just being there? Lore. So there you go. That's the main reason why the lore even exists, is because I need the bird to have a reason to be on the screen and not just be on the screen. Overall, it was pretty fun because after that, you know, it gave a lot more ideas for motivation to make more comics, more character stuff. Again, update the models, even give a reason for those emotes in the background, a lot of stuff. Also, welcome on in there, Cold Rife. Cold Rife? Cold Life? Lore? Lore, yeah. Greta Garbo. What on earth is a Greta Garbo? So, I built it, by God, I'm going to use it. Basically. Lampy stole the Enamug? Yes. That is exactly what happened. Okay, so also funny story behind some of those some of those comics. I thought it would be funny if making that lore comic, the first couple of pages involved actual, actual characters. Or not even actual characters, but other streamers. I do not know a lot of the streamers. Or, okay, I know of a lot of the streamers. I do not interact with a lot of the streamers. Or, yeah, I don't interact with a lot of the streamers. There is one of them that is a close friend, though. It's the one with the Ina mug. That's the whole reason why that one was one of those jokes in particular. Long story short, in their Discord, they showed off their Ina mug. And everyone else was talking about, yeah, when they showed it off in their own Discord, they were like, hey guys, check out my Ina mug. And the rest of the people in the Discord were like, no, you mean my Ina mug. Excuse me, that's my Ina mug. And then one person in particular says, I don't see your name on it. And then that one got the idea going. So I downloaded that picture, I put it into Photoshop, I wrote property of Lampy, and then I posted it back in that Discord like, excuse me. What's this about a name on it? And then boom, they were looking at me like, oh my god, he actually has his name on the mug. So there was a running gag that I had that mug for a while. But then then they had a special WWE event, a WWE stream, where they brought in, or where they added a bunch of folks from the Discord, a lot of their friends, a lot of the other fellow streamers that they know of, and I was one of them. And one of the jokes was that we weren't fighting, or yeah, me and Bakawater, we weren't fighting for a belt. The belt is the grand championship, but we had a grudge match. Whoever won keeps that mug. It was a tag team match, and unfortunately, my tag team lost. So Bakawater got their mug back. So you want to know what I did? I made that comic and stole it back. And then, boom, we just added that to the lore. So if anyone asks, yeah, I stole that mug. Bakawater has it back, though, because unfortunately, the bird showed up. And, reversed all of that. So all those things that Lampy stole, they're gone now. Like a lop bird. Anyway. So yeah, there's the whole story behind that. I gotta say, I am proud of how hard you work on... Oh, let's see. I'm proud of how work you... I gotta say, I'm proud of how hard you work on the Inva model. He's gorgeous. Yo, thanks. I'm glad that you like it. Yeah, I tried to, I put a lot of... Like I said, I put a lot of work into that. Or like you said, I put a lot of work into that one. Now, I forgot to mention, we should really get some Ina mugs. I didn't see any in Japan. Yeah! You want to go rob Bakawater again? Models are... Let's see. Models are beautiful. Yo, thanks. I'm glad you like it. I drew and rigged them myself. They were pain. Lots of pain. Actually, like I said, funny enough. With the exception of all the fight animations on this bird, it wasn't so bad. Like I said, going with the regular features. Let me show you again. Just making the regular model, adding some extra, not even adding. We worked on this model, with the exception of the wings, practically from scratch. Oh, and that little pendant up there. I basically took some features, like the pendant and the wings, and I just started from there. Everything else on the body, that one was all from scratch. Brand new, all of that. And yeah, that is where we got to like I said, going back to it, that part was the easy part. Rigging the actual humanoid model, that was the easy part. As you can see, the original game plan was just mad expression, sad expression, unamused, derp. Because, like I said, when I saw Delicious in Dungeon, I was like, I want that expression on the bird model. Why? Because I just love that expression. That part cracks me up so much. When I saw that... Okay, so funny enough, when I saw that expression on Delicious in Dungeon, I told my friend, because I was watching it with a friend, I told them, wait, pause that one, pause that, go back. What on earth was that face? And then they not only did they not only did they not pause it, well, actually, they didn't pause it, but they did something better. They sent me a screenshot of it. I was like, they already knew. They were like, don't worry, I got you. I see the screenshot, like, thank you. This is hilarious. I'm keeping this for memes in the future. And then someone mentioned the emote, or an emote idea, and then I was like, you know what? I should turn that into an emote for the bird. Also, I snoozed the ads. Don't worry about it. They'll be back in 5 minutes. Yeah, let's go rob them. Yeah, let's go rob Buck of Water. That's what's up. Okay, let's see. I draw and rig my own too, but I'm not good at drawing, but I agree rigging is a pain. That's fair, that's fair. I mean, regardless of the situation, the fact that you draw and rig your own models, that is still impressive enough nonetheless. Like, that is something you should not... Yeah, that's something you should not discredit or belittle at all whatsoever, because whether it does not matter what your level is at drawing art, does not matter what level you are at rigging models, the fact that you could even do it in the first place should still be something of an accomplishment. Because again, I'm going to show you something. Okay, we're going to shrink the bird for a minute, because I'm going to show you something right here. This here is one of the latest models that I've made. But obviously, we didn't start out that way. Obviously, you could see, like I said, in comparison, this one's a lot less... This one's a lot less... doesn't have as many features. You could see the stark difference in comparison from the older one to the newer one. Don't get me wrong, don't get me wrong. The newer or the older one is still good. That's why I still used it. And do not worry, the older one is not going away. We're actually going to have that as a redeem, much like how we had this one as a redeem. As I want to keep these one, I'm keeping both of them here for this in particular reason, to showcase that, yeah, sometimes you got to start somewhere. And if you ever wanted to know, Lampy, where did you start? This bug right here, this is where it started. This very, very scuffed bug. We're going to get rid of the gun. Now, I know that sounds cursed, but actually, you know what? Here you go. Anyway, this is where it started. If you ever wanted to see, or yeah, if you ever wanted to find out what was your very first model, Lampy, this one right here. No actual wing animation, no gun, none of that. The only thing it had was a pen spin and a couple of expressions. I love that version of Lampy. Oh, thank you. I greatly appreciate that. But yeah, this is where it started. Not too much movement, and even then, the movement's a little scuffed. The physics on the antennae, barely, almost non-existent. Like one antennae physics. But yeah, this is where it started. And the reason why I went with this one at the very beginning is because, like I said, this is also something you want to do. If you ever wanted to get into live 2D, or if you ever wanted to do the VTubing stuff, start small, start simple, start small, start simple. Don't beat yourself up too much about it. Now, because this may not, okay, I say this not as a deterrent, but I say this because it's a possibility. Because when you start, you don't even know if you're going to want to continue. There's a possibility that you can do this, you might like it, and you might do this for years and years to come. Or you might try it out for a week, maybe a week or two, maybe a month, and then you just stop. Maybe the avatars aren't for you. Maybe you just decide you're gonna go face cam, no stream at all whatsoever. So this is why you want to start small. You want to ease your way into it. You may not even want to start with a live 2D model, but if you are trying to learn how to do this stuff, it's probably best to start small. This way you could ease yourself into it. Because again, going back to it, yeah, we'll put this bird over here. We'll shrink this bird for a minute because, again, I want to show you the stark difference. This is where, or yeah, actually, you know what? This is where old Lampy started. This is where new Lampy is today. Actually, this is where new Lampy was in 2001. This is what we built afterwards. Yes, we had to show the fire. If I'm going to be here, I'm showing off the fire. So yeah, this is what I mean. Also, ads start in a minute. And that mech and that bird right over there. It all started. Yeah, actually, let's bring this bird back over here. Let's zoom out, bring back bird. There we go. Let's also remove that. There we go. Set up. Perfect. Okay, so, yeah. Both bird animations. And the plushie. And even the mech. It all started from this scuffed little bug. This is our humble beginnings right here, is this scuffed little bug right here. So that is something you want to remember. Start small and work your way up. Once you get the better hang of it. Oh, and also, last but not least, start. Doesn't matter how scuffed it is. Start. Do the thing. And hopefully the ads aren't playing right now. But yeah, do the thing. Start. Doesn't matter how bad it comes out. Doesn't matter how scuffed it is. Do it. Try it. And then learn what you can do to fix it. And then, there you go. We're all set. And, like I said, you'll start from your humble beginning of just a simple scuffed bug that only has like one pen spin animation to literal bird flying into the sky and doing whatever this is. Right, ads that completely got lost in the distance. You know what? That's okay. Anyway, there you go. Yeah, those animations are really cool. Yo, thanks. I'm glad you like it. They were definitely a struggle. But yeah, I put all of that there to just give you a proper idea of where you can start. Or yeah, how things can start and where you could end up being. And let me tell you, even where I am, it may not even be as crazy as you would think. If you've seen other people make live 2D, I've seen other people make live 2D models where they shoot these ones out of the water. Although to be fair, at the same time, I will definitely tell you this. They do some really amazing... Okay, honestly, they do a lot of really amazing features. They do some phenomenal features where I look at that and say, that's too much work. I'm not doing that. Like, have you seen some of the leans where the models, like, lean down towards the screen? I look at those ones and I'm like, well, multiple things. I look at those and think, 5 foot distance, back up, too close to the screen, which is ironic because then after that I made this. Oh, right. I forgot. Wrong. Or, yeah, one model is ahead. Also, Vanilla Knight, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day, everybody. All right, let's catch up with the rest of the reading. Okay. Let me catch up with the rest of the reading over here. I still love that version of Lampy. Yo, I'm glad that you like the scuffed version. This is why I still keep it, because, again, it's not a bad... I mean, it's a... Okay, it's an older model. It is definitely outdated, but I still like it, and that's why we still have the Time Machine redeem whenever those times roll around. Which also reminds me, folks, I will add those Time Machine redeems later on down the road, so don't worry about that. We'll add those back later. Okay, let me also check some other things. Did you ever catch... Oh, let's see. Did you ever catch this, Lampy? How late was I into your stream... Oh, let's see. How late was I into your stream career when you found me? I just started. Like, Aurelius, literally, legit... No joke. When I found you on Baka Water, it was the first year that I even got into the streaming stuff. Like, legit, no doubt. Y'all folks, y'all were some of the very... I'll be honest, I think I stumbled into Baka Water's stream when he was playing Metal Wolf Chaos, whichever the one where you're the president of the United States and you're in a mech. it's a very dumb concept, and it was hilarious. But that's the first stream that I found Baka Water from, and that's when I met all of you dorks. And I regret nothing. Speaking of which, folks, you should still you should go check out, or yeah, we're gonna give a shout out to Aurelius. Though, yeah, we're gonna give a shout out to Aurelius. They may not have streamed in years, but you know what? We're still gonna give them a shout out, and we're gonna show them some support, because you know what? Really awesome people. Really great friend. I play Risk of Rain with them all the time. If it wasn't for Risk of Rain, I wouldn't even talk to these people. No, I'm kidding. We play Risk of Rain all the time. We just finished a D&D short session, or a short campaign. It was a hilarious time over there. Really great stuff. So yeah. Aurelius, you're awesome people right there. Never forget it. Alright. Puts that bug in a jar and shakes it. Don't shake the jar. Why would you shake the jar? Wait, that's not the right one. That's not the right one. Okay, you know what? V2 Studio. Don't shake the jar. Ah! Anyway. First steps to being good at something is sucking at it. Exactly. It's the old phrase from Dark Souls. Get good. In order for you to be good at Dark Souls, you have to die. A lot. Also, let's give a shout out to Yuriko. Hope things are going well. Alright, let's see. Doing good. How are you? How's the Donathon going? Good thing, or yeah, good point. I'm so glad that you asked. Let's get the thingy here. So, here is our... Yeah, speaking of which, I completely forgot. We should put the Donathon thingy on the screen right here. So, Photoshop. Put the Photoshop right here. The birds are in the way, so we're going to have to move the Photoshop just a little bit higher. Just for a moment. You know what? Right here is good. Oh, it's not apparently. What the? Oh, that's Live 2D. Where's Photoshop? You know what? Close enough. All right, so here's what we got so far for the goals. Now that I think about it, we should probably show this off. So let's go over here. Zoom in. Here's what we got for our dono goals at the moment. You get... We already passed the 3... Yeah, we actually reached the 300 mark out of all of this. Yeah, we reached the 300 mark. We got... Chat picks the chat makes us post a message. Y'all get to pick a profile picture, which y'all already did. Y'all suck for the profile picture and the banners that you chose, as well as the message that you chose. Chug a bottle of lemon. We chugged that, we chugged that lemon. Risk of Rain 2 reset stream. I should probably bring up what that is. So I play this game called Risk of Rain 2. It's one of the best games in the world. Y'all should totally check it out. Totally check it out. If you haven't checked it out, you should totally check it out. It's well, I'll show you what it is when we get there. But yeah, Risk of Rain 2 stream, where you get the option, you get the opportunities to... What the? Yo, Booga, thank you for the... Hold on a minute. No, not that. Where'd it go? Ah. Thank you for the subscription. I greatly appreciate it. Also, okay, so that just added another 250 to the... That added another 250 to the goal? I can't believe I wasn't subbed yet. You know what? That is completely fair. I didn't expect anyone to sub, which I greatly appreciate. Also, Booga, I forgot. Since you just subscribed for yourself, you have the option to drop a message in the chat of your choice and have the bird say whatever that message is, within reason, of course. So if you want the bird to say something, of your choice, feel free to drop that message in the chat. Let me know what message it is, and I will put that manually into the text-to-speech. You don't have to if you don't want to. There is no pressure in doing so, but I wanted to let you know that you do have the option. Risk of Rain goal, Risk of Rain. Exactly, we got Risk of Rain goal and we reached it. We reached the Risk of Rain goal. Check it out. We got Risk of Rain. Also, along with that, there is a traditional art stream, or traditional art giveaway, which is basically I draw something, or I give away one art piece commission, which is made on a 4x2 canvas. Yeah, it's made on a 4x2 canvas or 4x7 canvas using ink and pastel, and you get to pick, or yeah, whoever wins gets that commission. I draw on ink and pastel, which means yes, you get to see technically hand can stream. So IRL art drawing, traditional art drawing, and you get to see the Lampy plushie in action, all of that crazy stuff. And you also have the option to either just get the traditional art drawing done or have it shipped out to you as well if you win. After that is I have to do a left-handed drawing stream, which means I only draw strictly with my left hand, as well as community, or yeah, Yu-Gi-Oh! And Fortnite community nights. I need to schedule a time for the Fortnite and the Yu-Gi-Oh! As well as the Risk of Rain 2. We're going to need to schedule a lot of times. Look forward to that. I haven't seen much of Risk of Rain, so call me intrigued. Oh, you are gonna have fun. It is a, for the lack of a better term, and I do not use the, okay, how do I put this? I'm trying to use this term in the best way possible. I want to say that when I say this right now, what I'm about to say, I mean it with the best of intentions. With the best of intentions. Risk of Rain 2 is a really, really stupid game. You're gonna love it. Why do I call it that? You will find out when we get there, because the amount of characters you get and the amount of items that you have, it's gonna be wild. Well, anyway, now that we got to that one, oh, right, I also wanted to mention, we got to the Fortnite stream. Yeah, we got to the Fortnite community night, and right now we are 50, well, technically not even 50 away anymore. We got a couple of points along the way, so we are technically about... I was going to say we're about 50, but I think at this point we're about like 46. No, not 46. Like about $47 away from releasing the... Yeah, we're about $40 away from releasing the Necro Sandwich out into the world. For those of you that haven't seen the Necro Sandwich, feel free to redeem Necro Sandwich and you'll see what it is. It is a live 2D model that I personally keep to myself because, I don't know, it's a personal sandwich. But if we reach that goal, I will put that sandwich on the coffee page, which means everybody and anybody gets the opportunity to get that sandwich. Necro Sandwich? All right, let us get the Necro Sandwich here. But first, gotta do one other thing. We gotta hide this. Because I see what Booga requested for the message, so we're gonna add that. I copied the wrong one. Let's go back over here. Nab that. Copy there. Go over here. Wrong one. Go over here. Paste that. Okay, there we go.
Badger, 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 mushroom, mushroom.
There you go. I hope you enjoyed. And thank you again for the sub there, Booga. I greatly appreciate that. All right, let me try to catch up with a lot of things. Okay, so... in order to get good at most games, you have to die a lot. Also very true. If you want to get good at games, you gotta die a lot. That's the beauty of Dark Souls. That's the lesson it teaches you. Amazing. Glad that happened. Yeah.
Vanilla Knight 01 donated $50. Time to support. Carrot, thank you Lampy for the fun and entertaining streams. I hope life treats you well and keeps doing so. And if life is tough, I hope that get easier very soon. Towards a bright future.
Vanilla, save your money, but thank you. Well, I guess that's another one we got to mark off, or yeah, I thought we got to knock off the list. Thank you there, Vanilla. I greatly appreciate that. Save your money, Jesus Christ. So, with that, tomorrow, or not even tomorrow, later tonight, I'm going to put the Necro Sandwich on the coffee page. Right, I forgot about that part. Not gonna lie, that's actually a pretty cool effect when you're not looking at it. Okay, so for those of you that don't know, the flashing light is going on, the big animation that I mentioned earlier. But since it's on the background, or yeah, since the background is transparent, that means anything in the background cannot be seen. So therefore, that blinding light is only a visual effect, which, not gonna lie, kind of like it. Is this what happens when you get hit by the blue light? Like the danger blue light? I think this is what happens when you get hit by the danger blue light. Anyway, let's get rid of that. Okay, let me try to catch up some things. Okay. The irony of using Dark Souls as the example. Yeah. What needs a lamp more than a Dark Soul? True. This is why there's bonfires at Dark Souls. Let's see. Thoughts on the new character reworks. Okay, thoughts on the new character reworks. I like what they did to whatchamacallit. I like what they did with Seeker. The fact that you can revive yourself. Okay, Seeker's revive was already broken enough. But if you're playing single player, that makes sense that, you know, if you can't revive yourself, that ability kind of fizzles out. But now that you can revive yourself, that is busted. That is ridiculous. We also need to add a sandwich. For those of you that don't know, what on earth is the Necro Sandwich? Here we go. It is a very dumb project. It's a very dumb project. And before anyone asks, people suggested that I put this as a goal. People suggested that I put this dumb sandwich as a goal. Basically, what it is that the Necro Sandwich, basically a Dead Space joke. And someone requested that, or someone suggested I turn this into a live 2D model. But since it was not future-proof to become live 2D, they said, or yeah, I told them, you know, it's only a PNG. I can't really separate the layers. That, do you have any idea how difficult that would, unless? And so I thought to myself, could you make a live 2D model with just a single PNG? The answer may surprise you. But yeah, it turns out, yeah, you can make a live 2D model out of a single PNG. Also, check it out, it hops. And in case you were wondering, this is one of the easiest models to work with because it has no toggles, no animations. All the things that you see here, even the flip, that's just you turning your head far enough. So you could turn your head slightly and it'll barely do the, you know, it'll move left to right. But if you really want that turn, or if you really want that flip, just turn your head all the way. There you go. So yeah, there you go. This is going to be on the coffee page later tonight, if not tomorrow. So look forward to that. And yes, it's like everything else on the coffee page. It's going to be absolutely free. Okay, let's see. But yeah, as for Chef, the original moves still suck, but they gave them extra moves on the side. I still feel bad that they gave them moves on the extra side that are actually fairly decent. I think the moves on the extra side are, you know, the side moves that they gave them, those are pretty decent. The ones that they are still initially with, those ones are absolute dog water. Unfortunately, I tried. I can't make those ones work. Also, I also got to give I got to give props to Booga for actually knowing the Badger song, because not many people that I know of in this day and age, or especially, yeah, not a lot of people that I know of on the internet, or let alone people that I talk to in this streaming sphere, know about the Badger song. Everyone, whenever I bring up, or yeah, whenever anyone brings up snake or mushrooms, they think of entirely different things. I'm sitting here like, it's a badger, mushroom, badger. No one else can't, or yeah, most people usually don't catch that one. So I'm like, finally, someone who gets it. The Badger song, aging myself, unfortunately. But you know what? Fair. All right, let me see. Is the Fortnite an open lobby, or are you just gonna scout certain players? I'm gonna play by myself. I ain't playing with none of y'all. No, I'm kidding. It's gonna be an open lobby. It's gonna be a community night. Anyone and everyone who joins into the stream can join in on the Fortnite when that stream rolls in. So look forward to that. Oh, Spock gets it. Spock gets it. Snake, oh, it's a snake. It's a Petra. Anyway, I gotta focus again. So anyway, thank you. Then, or yeah, going back to it, I'm not sure if I put enough focus on this, but Vanilla Knight, welcome on in. 1, thank you for stopping by. 2, thank you greatly for all of that. And 3, thank you. 1, thank you for helping us reach that goal. 2, thank you for the support. You didn't have to, but it's always greatly welcomed. And 3, those words, like, I was not ready for all of that. Like, I was barely able to process anything. I just know that 1, now that I'm processing it, I just realized what was said. I thank you there greatly there, Vanilla Knight. Like, I don't know what to say. Like, honestly, I feel like, you know what's the worst part? You want to know what's the worst part? Whenever people do this, I struggle with expressing how much gratitude I have. Because I feel like all the words to express my gratitude on how much so many people do for this, what everyone does for this, whenever anyone supports, does not matter how much or how little, because the fact that people to choose to support at all whatsoever, that's more than a lot. So I feel like there aren't enough words to express what that means, or how grateful I am for that, because, yeah. Words suck. That's why. If there's anything to take away from that entire message, it's just that words suck. But just know that Vanilla Knight, you did a great thing today, and because of you, people are going to be able to get to run around with an absolutely cursed sandwich, and viewers are going to be jump scared by checking out their favorite streamers. Watching their favorite streamers, thinking, oh, I like this stream. Like, oh, they're on. That's going to be a very, very cozy stream, or that's going to be a very, very funny stream, or whatever its stream it is that they're expecting. And then when they click on it, they see this. I hope you know that this is what you're bringing to folks, and I legitimately hope that you can take pride in this. Because you know what? You did a great thing. Because the fact that people are going to be rolling in and just seeing this, I think that's a treasure. Could you imagine it was more cursed? I actually made this thing smile in the earlier stages. I think there's still a clip of the smile. It was absolutely terrifying. Even I looked at that and thought, yeah, this is a little too much. We're getting rid of this cursed smile. It supported nerd? No, you. The parts of the hot dog they don't use. The parts of the hot dog they're afraid to use. Alright, let me catch up with some things. Okay. Badger, snake, yeah. Dancing necro sandwich. I know, right? Dancing necro sandwich. It's a Petra. Anyway. I once looped the Badger Flash video on what's albino black sheep for half a week. Wait, why is that? Is that a site? Is that a game? No, I know it's not a game. Is that like a video? Why does it sound familiar? I feel like it was something like Newgrounds. Maybe? Yeah, I'm already aging myself by saying the word Newgrounds. Y'all remember when YouTube wasn't a thing? Y'all remember when YouTube was fresh and all there was cat videos? Can we go back to the times of the cat videos? Where they didn't post drama, they didn't post clickbait, they didn't post any of that. They just posted pictures of their cats, or videos of their cats. Just videos of cats doing cat stuff. Can we go back to those times? Anyway, we're going to toss this sandwich back up here. Now that we got all of that, done, and we showcased all the things about the bird, and we showcased the things about the background stuff, and we showcased things about the car POV, now I finally get to the part that I've been wanting to talk about for quite a minute. All of the things that I left out. Because if you look back at the video, I showed that one part where the bird comes crashing, or attempts to crash into the mech. And you have to fight them back with the beam struggle. That's not the microphone. Hopefully that didn't pick up the music in the background, because if it did, well, I'm glad this isn't YouTube. But anyway, going back to that. There were so many features I wanted to add. I wanted to add more attack animations. That's right, I wanted to give the bird more attack animations, because there is one part where the bird swings the sword. In the previous boss fight, there was a part where the bird swings the sword diagonally and horizontally. I wanted to give options where they swing that sword diagonally and horizontally. Going back to it, let me show the sword swing again. It only swings, diagonally, but I wanted to do the cross swing as well. Left, right, all of that crazy stuff. Random question. Have you ever thought of... Oh, let's see. Random question. Have you ever thought of doing general content on YouTube? Yes. As a matter of fact, I'm planning on putting that YouTube tutorial there. I also have the previous boss fight stream on the YouTube tutorial. So if you go to the link page right over here, you'll find the YouTube video. And though it doesn't have a lot yet, because I have been working on videos in the background, there's at least a couple of videos. It's still small. It's a major work in progress. But I can at least say there is one showcase that I'm definitely proud of, which is the original boss fight stream, which was the Lampy Mech. I'm planning on doing the same thing that I did with the Lampy Mech stream video with the bird, making a highlight video of the bird boss fight, as well as, like I said, YouTube tutorials, maybe whatchamacallit, like a monthly highlight stream sort of thing, or monthly highlight videos, something like that. I don't know, but mostly tutorial videos, or maybe some advice videos. That sort of thing. I don't know what else I would actually do other than the drawing videos, the rigging videos. Yeah, drawing and rigging videos, and, you know, these video showcase highlight things. But yeah, as I was saying about the model, I wanted to have it do the downward strike, you know, like a horizontal, or vertical strike, horizontal strike, as well as the diagonal. I also wanted to give it a shield. I wanted to give it like an animation where they put up an ice shield whenever you attack and it fails. There was that whole thing. I also wanted to give it an animation for, you know, when you beat it. You know, like an animation where it drops to one knee because, you know, it's out of health. The bird lost. I wanted to put one of those animations. I also wanted to add an animation to when that beam struggle happens. If you manage to block it, it pushes the bird back. And if they won, I especially wanted to add an animation where if they managed to, or, you know, if we didn't actually reach the goal, which I kind of cut the goal in half because I realized maybe 2K was a bit much. Maybe 2K on the channel points was a little more than I had expected. So anyway, going back with that one, there was a lot of things that I wanted to add. There was a lot of things where, and in case you're wondering, Lampy, why did you stop? Did you see everything? For those of you that have been here from the stream, if you saw all the things that I just showcased, all the parts, all the background stuff that I just did to make this model reveal and boss fight stream happen, you could see why part of me was like, you could see why not even halfway through, while I was coming up with more and more ideas, I realized if I don't stop myself now, I'm never going to finish this. So, despite the fact that more and more ideas keep coming up for this event, and I keep thinking, I should do this, I should do that, I should add here, I should add there, I should add this animation, I should add that feature, I should add all these other things, I literally had to just tell myself, stop. Literally stop. This is never gonna get finished if you don't frickin' stop. And so, yeah, I legitimately had to just force myself to put the pen down and just accept what I had. Heck, part of me was already looking at like, okay, I know that, you know, I have everything set up, but hear me out. What if I just, you know, redid the wings right quick? What if I just made the new wings, make them fluffier, make them move more, all of that stuff, and then we'll do the next project. Yeah, it'll be like, no. I know how this goes. I go with that one idea, just easily just go with that one idea that's going to take me several months, and then another idea comes up. No, we got to stop. That is why, in case you folks were wondering, like, you know, you could, you could have added this to your model, you could have added that. Like, I agree. And trust me, a lot of these ideas came up, especially with the car. Let me go back to the car. Let me bring that one back up right quick. This part right here, car. This Lampy car POV. Oh, yeah, okay, so this Lampy car POV. You have any idea? Whoops, wait, we're on a bumpy road. This ain't good. Oh, this ain't good. This is what happens when you drive off terrain. This is what happens when you drive off terrain. This ain't good. Anyway, let me stop distracting myself. So I want to show you this animation again one more time. You see this? You see the Gatling gun going off, the machine gun animation right there? I actually wanted to add cannonballs actually flying. Oh yeah, also fun fact there, folks. Did you know that there was actually double-barrel cannon? There was a double-barrel cannon in real life. It sucked. Now, let me tell you about the history of that double-barrel cannon. It looked like a regular cannon, the same tires. Think of one of those cannonball cannons that you see in those pirate movies, or in the olden, like the colonial movies or shows. Those cannons where they just pull the string and a, explosion, that sort of thing. Apparently, someone designed one of those cannons with a double barrel. And to make sure that the cannons go exactly where they needed to go, you would load 2 cannonballs that were chained to each other into the cannon. And then the cannon would fire a double chain-linked, a double cannonball chain-linked together to either spin or just, cut anything in its path. Because think about it this way. Firing 2 cannonballs, that's already a high velocity. Add a chain between those two, now that's practically a giant metal chain moving at that velocity. That might as well be razor wire, with a far worse destructive force. And let me tell you, that was a destructive force. It went through a tree, it went through a barn, it went through it unfortunately went through a cow. Sliced through each and every one of those. Now, you're probably thinking, why on earth would they do that to a cow? See, here's the bigger problem. And here's the reason why they never used that cannon after testing. They weren't aiming for the cow. They weren't aiming for any of those objects. But since the accuracy was so bad, it was just RNG whenever that cannon fired. Whatever it hit, that's what it hit. What is it going to hit? You're about to find out just as much as everyone else is. So, yeah. Okay, let's see. And to bed, good night. All right there, Ryu. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Also just realized, where's Maid Lampy Redeem Box? So good night, Ryu. Thank you for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. I hope you have a good night, a better tomorrow, and a great week. You take care now there, friend. So yeah, that's all the features about the... Those were a lot of the features, many of the things that I really wanted to just try. But yeah, the brain, I knew better. Eventually I knew better and just had to say, like, nope, I have to stop. All right, let me see. Before Atom Films was created. Oh, let's see. It was a site where any Flash video... Oh, where any Flash videos used to be introduced. Oh, so that's where the Flash videos were. The parts of the hot dog... Oh, yeah, so I saw the part about the hot dog one. Okay, so random content on YouTube. I'm working on that one. Which, by the way, folks, what would you like to see on YouTube? Now that I think about it, for those that are thinking... Or, yeah, for those that are asking about random content on YouTube, what would you like to see? Because as far as I know, the only thing I could really think of is, like what I said, tutorial video, drawing video... Yeah, tutorial videos, the showcase videos, and the, monthly highlight videos. Or, yeah, monthly, because imagine trying to do this weekly, like weekly highlight videos, that would be too much. Okay, way back when Shockwave.com was only doing their own videos before they started sharing other creations, there was Newgrounds and Albino Black Sheep. Oh, so that's what that was all about. Wait. Just realized the name, Albino Black Sheep. Yeah, okay. You should do a top secret long-term project that you just add randomly. Oh, that you just add to infinity. Or you just add to infinitely. No. I can't do a super secret project because have you... Okay, well, maybe I can, but the worst part is I would never be able to talk about what I've been doing. Because like I said, like I said at the beginning of the stream, have any idea how painful it was to not talk about any of the stuff that I had been working on? Literally months, people would ask, hey, Lampy, how you been? I'm like, I've been good. I've been working on the live 2D model. I've been working on the recordings. I've been setting up the physics and all of that. Like, I've been working on the background projects. I got these ideas rolling in. I can't say nothing. None of it. I can't get into the details. That's why, like, when it was finally finished, an entire, a weight. It felt like a weight was lifted because, one, the pressure is gone. Things are finally settled. It's finally slowed down. I finally got the project done. And three, I could finally talk about it. I could finally talk about all the work that was done. And again, we're going back to showcasing this. Check it out. I finally get to show this effect off. Check it out. Hold on a minute. Sword. Sword. Check it out. Finally get to showcase that this model has that glitter effect. Check it out. There we go. Okay, moving the model back. We gotta bring Lampy back. Where did Lampy go? There they are. Whew. Thank you for the save there, Destroyer. I greatly appreciate it. Although I just realized I haven't been doing any Photoshop stuff. I said I was going to draw today, but I got none of the drawing done. But you know what? I also said I was going to showcase all of this stuff. But I also didn't expect that I was going to be here for this long. In all honesty. Also, Fallen Leaves, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I'm going to try to catch up to things. Okay. They were aiming for a grain silo in the same field that was kind of broken, but they never hit it with the balls and chain. Yeah, exactly. That's what I mean. Like, they were trying to aim for that, that silo, but they literally hit everything else. That's why they discontinued the double barrel cannon. And when I heard that there was a double barrel cannon, okay, actually, funny story about that. When I found out the double barrel cannon, I thought, oh, so it's actually possible. I could put that on the mech. Like, it could be like some random scrap that could be found around and just toss it on the mech. And then when I found out that the accuracy was absolute garbage, you want to know what I thought? That's even more canonically on brand, because I suck at aiming too. This is perfect. Oh, I'm definitely using this one. This is definitely going on the cannon, and we're gonna make this This is pretty much on brand for the Lampy mech. We're tossing it on the mech. That makes it even better. Would be cool to make videos out of out of stream events mayhaps. Oh yeah, most definitely. Like I said, the live 2D, the boss fight event from yesterday, you better believe that's definitely going up there. That one is definitely being set up, without fail. Okay. Let me see. But yeah, good to see their fallen leaves. I hope things are well. The desire to show off stuff you're proud of is always strong. Yes, very, very much so. That is why the pride of showing off stuff is equally matched by the strength of will of not wanting to spoil stuff. And it's even tougher when you have to make teaser videos. You know, showcasing, like, giving them a small portion of what you're going to be showcasing, like what you're preparing. Oh, also, one last thing. Going back to it, how many of y'all have played Elden Ring? How many of y'all have finished Elden Ring? I did mention that there was one inspiration from Elden Ring. For those of you who have beaten Elden Ring, for those of you that have played it adamantly enough, we're going to show that one last animation one more time. Hold on a minute. Because I did say that I may or may not have been playing a little too much Elden Ring, and there may have been one inspired move in this game. Or in that, in the model reveal. Hold on a minute. We gotta bring this back. We gotta go back to the color picker. We need to remove this. Or we need to put the background back. And, this bird goes. There we go. Now, the main reason why I bring up all of that is because, yeah, like I said, we're going to go back over here because we're going to just show off this animation one last time before I think I might call it a night. Although, yeah, you know what? Yeah, I might call it a night right now. I might call it a night very soon. I'm just going to show this one off one last time. For those of you that have played Elden Ring and have beaten it and saw this one boss, I'm not going to explain which one. If you've seen it, then you might catch the reference. Shout outs to anyone who's played Elden Ring and gets that reference. If you don't worry about it. If you do, that's what's up. Whew. But, I know I said I was gonna draw, but I think... Honestly, folks, I think that's about everything. I think I got everything that I wanted to do today. Not gonna lie. Not only that, but it is a Sunday, so it is getting pretty late. I'm gonna go figure out what I'm gonna do, because I think I just need to sit down for a minute and think to myself, at least you're not fighting an empty chair. True. Actually, you know what? If the bird showed up in a plastic chair, then I think I would be very, very worried. An empty chair. Wait. Is that an Elden Ring reference? That's got to be an Elden Ring reference. Empty chair, empty chair. Which enemy is an empty chair? At least you're not fighting an empty chair. This one's a real thinker right there. Fighting an empty chair. Can you give me another hint there, Spock? Can you give me another hint? One more hint. I want to figure this one out. Empty chair. Because I know there's a lot of chairs in a lot of the Souls games. There's a lot of chairs. And there's only one chair that I could really think of when it comes to Elden Ring. And whenever I think of that chair, I think of this one guy with a stick. You know what? We'll figure that one out someday. Oh, right. So, folks, I will be back on Tuesday to do the regular drawing. I think we're going to save a lot of the community streams or a lot of the... Okay, so we're going to go back to some regular drawing to just ease back into things, because I definitely need one of those, if I'm going to be streaming again, I definitely need one of those things where I just keep it simple, keep it light, you know, step away from some of the obligations for a minute and just, you know, just draw for a minute. Also, folks, congratulations. We made it to 350. We made it to 350 in about 3 days. Honestly, you folks, I didn't think we'd get this far. Honestly, like, seriously, I didn't think it'd go as far as this. Especially with such a short amount of time. I greatly appreciate it. Folks, always remember, I don't just say this at the end of the... Yeah, I want you all to know. I don't say this at the end of every stream just for the heck of it. I say I'm going to repeat what I repeat at the end of every stream because I want you to understand. I want you to know. I want this one to stick. Also, Mungo, welcome on in. How you be? I hope you're having a good day there, buddy. I want you to know that I repeat this one at the end of every stream, not because it's something to say, but because I truly believe this one. These streams can't happen without you. Always, these streams, I thank you all for stopping by, because you folks make these streams what they are. It's awesome cracking jokes with you, brainstorming, all of that crazy stuff, the conversations, all of that nonsense. Not only that, but honestly, a lot of the ideas, a lot of the concepts, a lot of that crazy stuff. Oh yeah, we're gonna hide this right quick. All of the crazy stuff that pops up here is because of chatting with you folks, that sometimes the ideas start to kick, the ideas start to brew, and, you know, we get crazy events like these. And honestly, it's just always awesome chatting with you folks. And if you lurk, that's great too. The fact that you took the time out of your day, the fact that anybody took the time out of their day to just, you know, stop by, whether it be for a moment to say hi and bye, I gotta get to sleep, or to just have it on in the background while they're taking care of things, whatever it is, or even chatting for the entire time. It's I don't know what to say, because again, no one's obligated to be here, and I hope you all know none of you are obligated to be here. You don't have to be here. So the fact that some of you folks choose to be here is, it's surreal in a way, if that makes any sense. Like, how's anybody hanging out here? That's the part I'm always looking at. Like, either way, I greatly appreciate each and every one of that. Or yeah, I agree. I greatly appreciate each and every one of you. Whether you pop up to say hi, or if you're just lurking in the background, never forget that you're all awesome in your own way because of those very things. And like I said, honestly, a lot of these goals, a lot of these redeems, they wouldn't make it here without folks like you. Really awesome stuff. I'm gonna try to catch up with some of the reading, and then we're gonna call it. All right. In the fight, you have two enemies at the same time in a room. Oh, in the room has an empty chair that keeps getting in the way. Oh, I understand which fight you're talking about now. I get it. Yeah, when you get into that fight and then you see totally not Ornstein and Smog. Understandable. I get where you're coming from there. I get exactly what you mean. Also, let's see. Happy last day of the Donathon. Thanks there, Mungo. I greatly appreciate it. And if I'm correct, if I'm correct, you did a debut today, or yeah, you did a debut this week, right? If I'm correct? Because I remember hearing a lot of people talking about your debut, I think. Congrats on that one. I don't know if it was this week or last week, but congratulations. That is awesome. Let's give a shout out to Mungo. folks, go choke. Yeah, go. Okay. I just realized what I said. Okay, so I was trying to say go check out and go support at the same time. And then it just ended up being, hey, go choke out. Don't choke out the Mungo. Go support them. Go check them out. That is what I'm trying to say. There you go. But yeah, go check them out when you get the chance. Let's see. Congrats on your Donathon, Lampy. It was a blast. All of the new assets and burp model turned out amazing. Thank you there, Booga. I greatly appreciate it. And congrats on your affiliate, congrats on your affiliate celebration too. That was awesome to see. Raid incoming? What do you mean raid incoming? Thanks, appreciate it. Yeah, no problem. What do you mean raid incoming? We were gonna call it. Abort, abort. Well, actually, I can't really say abort. If they pop up, I greatly appreciate that. And if they do pop up, then I gotta figure out what on earth am I gonna do now? I just went through that whole. I just went through that whole speech. Oh, I guess I'll figure it out. I'm just gonna stand there like, so, you know what? You'll see. I suppose I'll see then. All right. You know what? You know what? That's fine. That's fine. I guess we're here for a little bit longer. I thought we were gonna go, but apparently we're waiting on something. So, yeah, we're just gonna toss this back over here. We're also going to bring this down behind the VTube studio, right around this area, I suppose. Right behind that. Yeah, right behind all of this stuff, right over here. Yeah, here we go. And then we go get the Live 2D one. You know what? You know what? And always, folks, always remember. Always remember. I want you to know something. Though, I will say, I greatly appreciate the fact that we even got to this goal. Because, honestly, I didn't think we'd get this far. I will tell you this. Hold on. Let me remove the background here. Where's the background? Is that it? Is that it? No, not that it. Yo, Zombie, thank you for the raid. I greatly appreciate it. You finally accepted the... I did not accept anything. I did not accept any cult. Y'all cease. Y'all chill. Oh, the surprise raiders. Yeah, oh my god, surprise raid. I didn't see that one coming. Who would have thought? Holy moly, that is wild. Welcome on in there, Zombie. I greatly appreciate it. Also, everybody stopping by. Hi, my name is Lampy, small-time illustrator, football-sized moth. Yes, the bug is the streamer. I do a lot of drawing streams, occasional gaming streams, and sometimes some live 2D rigging streams. And today is one of those drawing... well, actually, today's one of those special events. I was showcasing... Hold on a minute. Let me take care of a couple of things. One, we need to put the background back. Well, okay, so we were doing a special event where I was showcasing a new model. We also have a Donathon, as you can see in the background. Let's hide VTube Studio for a second so you can see that Donathon. We were gonna call it a day, but then Spock said, hold on a minute, wait a second. I was like, wait, what are we waiting for? Raid incoming, like, oh. And here I gave that whole heartwarming speech and all of that, and well, here we are. But yeah, also, the Dancing Void and Small... Oh, hey, Zombie. Small, thank you for the follows. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. Hold on a minute. Let me get the VTube Studio back. By the way, oh no, I'm small too. Oh no, I picked up Zombie's height. No. Okay, there we go. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. Well, anyway, as I was saying, today is day 3 of the, today is day 3 of the Donathon weekend. We just got to 350 out of a lot of the goals. We just got to 350 out of the goals. Well, since we're here, might as well talk about this one. We have a couple more goals left on the thing before we call it a day. We got... Oh, right, I forgot. Let me see. Hide this for a minute. We reached a whole bunch of goals. We showcased the new bird model. We did the whole boss fight yesterday. And we are 50... Well, technically about... Yeah, we're about 50 or 48... I want to say 47 bucks away from... We're about 40 bucks away from revealing the day of my birthday. Not the month, just the day. People requested that. So, people had been requesting my birthday and stuff. So, there we go. we're going to bring the model back over here. And let's give a shout out to Zombie Pandemic, folks. If you haven't checked out Zombie Pandemic, I highly recommend that you do. They have been on the longest subathon I have ever seen. They have been... You started in October of last year, right? I believe Zombie started in October of last year. Go check out Zombie Pandemic. They started in October. They are still going to this day. There was actually a time where they were real close. They were down to the last hour. You want to know what they did? Or you want to know what happened? They jumped it up to 100 hours. By the way, that was sometime last month that they were this close. You can't see it right now, but they were this close. I'm using a hand gesture to show that the measurement, how close they were from reaching to, completing their subathon. If you too want to support Zombie and keep them trapped in their subathon, you should go check them out right now. I highly recommend it. Also, everybody stopping by, or for everyone who has been here, if you gotta take care of things, go take care of those things. Never feel bad about raiding and running, because that's what raids are all about. But if you decide to stick around, I greatly appreciate that. I hope you enjoy your stay. Also, as I was saying before, might as well, or yeah, since a lot of you folks are here, we're gonna showcase the live 2D model for the bird that we just finished a while back. Well, when I say finished a while back, we finished it a while back, but we just revealed it yesterday. So, it's got a whole bunch of different features here. Check it out. Got mad face. Sad face. It even has tear animations for said sad face. It's got absolutely unamused. When you fumble the ball real bad, you're rolling at one. This is what it looks, or yeah, this is the face they give you when you're rolling at one. Or if you show up in a hot rod or something, compensating. They know you're compensating. They also got this derpy face that I found on Delicious in Dungeon, so I was like, we gotta put the derpy face on them for this model. Absolutely gotta put the derpy face on this model. But most importantly, one of my favorite features of the bird, we gave it a sword. That's right, bird's got a sword. It's also got a very threatening aura if you wanted to put, or yeah, it's also got a very threatening aura. So you mix that with the sword. Yeah, that's a terrifying look right there. That bird gives you that look, you know you messed up. There you go. Not only that, but we also gave it sword animation. It actually does have sword attack animation. Check it out. All of that sort of stuff. We also gave it some other animations. Hold on a minute. Well, also, we did give it steps. In case anyone was wondering, it does have the steps. It also flies into the sky. Why did we give it that animation? For in particular reasons like this. Hold on a minute. We also gave it an idle animation where it is flying off into the distance. There we go. That sort of thing. Not only that, but check this out. Check this out. If you thought the idle animation going on, we also got to put the background a little bit. We also got to bring the background again. Remove the transparent so you could actually see the lighting in its truest form. Remove, or yeah, lock all items? No. Unlock all items. There we go. So we could zoom the, yeah, so we could zoom the bird out a bit. There we go. As a bird with a sword, spear, and a threatening aura, I approve. Fantastic. If you thought that was crazy, check this out. Now, let me catch up with a lot of the reading before I show the last part, because we got a lot of stuff going on. And let's catch up with some things. But yeah, go check out Zombie. Really hilarious streamer, really funny streams, really awesome people. They play a lot of games. They play horror games, they play shooters, they play adventure games, they play Power World. They play all sorts of stuff. So if you want to go check that, they also play League. They're still cool people, I swear, trust me. Even though they play League, they're still cool people. They also play Valorant. I'm sorry, Zombie, I'm not making much great of a case right here, but trust me, they're good people, I swear. They also play Overwatch. Okay, I should shut up. This isn't helping. But yeah, welcome on in there, Lord Gilbert. Love the name. Spock, welcome back. Marshy, Zombie, Small. No, I saw your tweet. Wait. No fair, no fair. That was a subathon goal. That was a subathon or a donathon goal. I did not have the yeah, I was obligated to put that message. It's not my fault. You can't hide from me. Well, no one can hide from you. Like, we're too big for that. Small is small. Zombie is small. Okay. I was trying to say Tata is shiny. Wait, what? Okay. Yo, that model is so good. Yo, thanks. I'm glad that you like it. Drew and rigged it myself. Good lord, it took... Okay, so funny enough, as I mentioned before, the regular model animation, the regular movements, all of that stuff, that part was no problem. That part was simple. It was just when I started adding the extra features like the sword and some other stuff. For example, this part right here. This part took forever. Shout outs to anyone who's played Elden Ring and gets the reference. If you don't worry about it. If you do, don't spoil it. But if you do know, you know, and I respect it. All right, let's see. Christ? Yeah, I know, right? And this was just one of the two parts. Hold on, we got to show off the other part as well, because this was just one half of the showcase. October Uncapped. Yeah, so from what I've learned from Zombie is always cap your subathons, or else you'll be stuck forever. You don't want to be stuck forever. Or maybe you do, it's entirely up to you. Zombie, how are you feeling about being stuck forever? Actually, the lowest was 1.5 minutes. It got to 1 minute, and they sniped it? They started calling it, letting it close to the edge. Oh my god, you know what? Makes sense. Makes sense. Also, just so you all know, Lampy is the almighty cult leader. Hey, wait, no cult. No cult. There's a cult here, but I can't get rid of it. I do not approve of this cult. Don't judge me with my league. We don't talk about those last 3. So, all right. So we don't judge Zombie about League, but we can judge them about Overwatch, Valorant, Marvel Rivals, and I think there was another game, DBD. New model? Please tell me it's just a hyper-realistic moth. Tell you what, Soggy Water. How's this? Close enough? Yeah, close enough. I think this is close enough. Hyper-realistic moth? Yeah. Well, actually, if you wanted to see hyper-realistic moth, hold on a minute. Hyper-realistic moth. No, that ain't it. Hold on a minute. Let me go back. Let me go back. This button? There we go. Hyper-realistic moth. Oh no, it spoke the truth. See? I was already following, but now I'm not too sure. Wait, about what? Why? What happened? Oh, about Zombie. Yeah, I'm sorry, Zombie. No. I swear, you should follow Zombie. You should totally follow Zombie. Oh, so let me check something. Oh. Well, let's fix that. There we go. I swear I'm good bean. I agree. It's just the evidence is not... The evidence is not mathing. Don't worry, math isn't our strong suits out here anyway. I won't lie, I thought it was gonna end, and I panicked, because I was like, what am I gonna do now? You know what's funny? That's what I feel about right now, because I'm like, I finally finished it. Oh, right, also, this was the other feature. Let me get this, because if you thought we just stopped with just a live 2D model, let me tell you, like I said, it was a boss fight stream, which means we needed a POV. Here is that POV. Boom, car. Oh, I need to bring this back to the game screen so you could actually see that. Boom, car. That's right, folks. Not only was it a live 2D model for the bird, but we also added a car POV. And it even comes with its own buttons. Check it out, button. Yeah, good times. And yes, in case you were wondering, Yeah, in case you were wondering, yes, that does say Eurobeat. And more importantly, shout outs to anyone who knows what that paper boat means. Yeah. We're going to put this right back here. Also, I just wanted to showcase one last thing before we call it soon, because I wanted to show you this one last part. Bogo's Binted? Yeah, Bogo's Binted. Yeah, we're going to snooze it one more time. Let's snooze. But yeah, anyway, so I was saying, yeah, that's how I felt right now. Yeah, that's how I too felt about after finishing off this model. I was like, what do I do now? I got everything done. What else is left? Although, to be fair, I got, you know what? Since we're here, I think this is the perfect time to say something. For those of you that may not know, well, actually, for those of you that are here, you're going to get to hear about a special idea. You're going to hear about something very, very special. Because I had this one already in mind for quite a while. I already had this planned ages ago. But I needed to take care of some things beforehand. And what were those things? There's going to be a new Lampy model. I had this one planned for quite a while. Unlike the mech, this is going to be a smaller one. It's going to be a simpler one, but look forward to that new Lampy model. It's going to be nothing like any of the other ones you've seen before. So, prepare yourself for that. And with that, I think this is a good time to call it. I think this is a good place to leave it. Okay, let's switch the bird out. Or yeah, let's drop the bird, bring them back, put them behind the main model. And yeah, I think we're gonna call it here, because... Oh, we put it in front again. Dang it. Okay, you know what? We'll just leave the bird where it is. Anyway, let's move bird right over there. So anyway, yeah, we're done for today. I think this is a good time to call it. It's almost 11 p.m. And we've been here for a whole hour since... You know what's funny? I was supposed to call it at 10. But yeah, thank you all for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. And just know that, just like before, though this new model has been updated, the old one will still be available as a model redeem. So it's not going away. I don't like throwing away older models. If I have a model, it's going to be available somehow, some way. It's still going to stay there, which kind of terrifies me, because there's going to be a point where this stream's just going to get cluttered with model options over model options over model options. Because like I said, I'm going to be working on a new Lampy model, and I'm going to be working on a new model to put on the Etsy. I'm finally going to start taking care of those models. It's finally time to... the 40 plus model era someday, we're almost there. If you looked at, well, actually I hid those ones, but I'll be back on Tuesday, and all of the regular redeems are going to be back. And guess what? There's a lot of model redeems. There's a cat, there's a ghost, there's a pumpkin, there's a shark, there's a sandwich, there's Mothman, a bucket. Fun fact, I made a bucket because I started looking around and I could not find any bucket VTubers with the exception of one, but I wasn't sure if they were a bucket or not, or if they were just a robot, so I just decided, you know what, let's make a bucket model. So yeah. So in a way, the redeems are becoming Model Lounge. Yeah, basically. Have a good night, Lampy. Thank you there, Booga. And I thank you for stopping by. I thank you all for sticking around. We made it to the $300 point. And you know what's the best part about all of this? I didn't have to reveal my birthday. So y'all get nothing. You lose. Good day, sir. Now king me. Anyway, I should play Shotgun King again. I haven't played that thing in years. I should definitely play Shotgun King. Anyway, Thank you all for stopping by. We're gonna find someone to raid. Let's see who is on at this hour. Oh, you know what? I know who. I had this idea in mind a while back that I've been meaning to raid this person. So I'm gonna go raid Alox again. They're currently playing a Pokemon game. It's a very cursed Pokemon game where they fuse the Pokemon, so it's a cool concept. It's also very cursed. So we're gonna drop you folks off with Alox. Really awesome dude. Really chill times. Very hilarious, very hilarious streams. So look forward to that. And we're gonna snooze this one last time. We're not dealing with those ads. We're done with ads. We're done here. Thank you all for stopping by. Like I said, I will be back on Tuesday to just do some regular art because I think it's finally time to also frenzied carry on. Thank you for the follow. I greatly appreciate it. Welcome to the Moth Fleet. I hope you enjoy your stay. By the way, you're Lampy now. If you don't know what that means, don't worry about it. I'll be back on Tuesday to do a chill stream because honestly, after all the work that has been going on in the background, I think it's finally time to take a minute, take a break, put away things for a moment. Gun? Yeah, gun. It even fires. There we go. Yeah, we're going to call it here for today. We're going to go raid an Alox. You know what? Let's go with this emote. Let's go with this emote. Let's go with this. Here we go. Bird up. That's the raid message. Bird up. Let's bring that bird back down. There we go. Perfect. Yeah, we're going to go with bird up for the raid. Use those emotes if you have them. Use whatever emotes you have if you don't. And if you got to take care of things, go take care of those things. But I would like to ask to stick around for the raid. You don't have to, but it would be greatly appreciated. Now let's go drop some support to Alox. Also, as for what I'm going to draw tomorrow or on Tuesday, I don't know. I'll figure it out. I've been meaning to draw a bug man. So look forward to that. And thank you all for stopping by. I greatly appreciate it. Also, if you would like to support the channel, one good way you could do so is by checking out and sharing the links, sharing the socials, because we've got a lot of different options on those links. We got affordable models on the Etsy page. We got free models and free assets on the Coffee page. All of it on the Coffee page, absolutely free. None of it charged. Etsy, some of them are charged, but very, very affordable. Nothing over 20 bucks. We also got merch on the Teespring page. I still need to fix that. I'm trying to, well, not fix it, but I'm still looking for another shop to put everything on. I think I got some ideas. We'll work on that later. And if you or someone you know is looking for live 2D models, both big and small, whether it just be the art, just the rig, any of those options, emotes, assets, character sheets, character concepts, or even animations, you can either, you or that person can either contact me directly or go to the VGen page if that's what you're more comfortable with. And with that being said, I hope you all have a good night, better tomorrow, great week, and yeah, that's about it. I got nothing. You all take care now. Laters. See you on Tuesday.
Oh, holy shit, it's Lampy.
Welcome, Raiders.
Hey, Lampy. Welcome in, Mungo Burrows.
Oh, Dancing Void Abyssal Fox. Thanks to you for following me. Scree.
No, I don't think it was in VTube Studio that was looking for this stuff. Go back.
How you doing, Lampy? How was your stream? I know you're still doing some of your subathon. How is it going? Hopefully your subathon is going well.
I also really like that. Whenever I look up, all of a sudden it's just like that.
But how did things go, Lampy? How be the Pokemon stream? Well, we accidentally beat the game. If that makes any sense. Wasn't a planned thing. Didn't even know that we were near the end. It just kind of happened. So we're starting out a new one with full randomization. So it's gonna be a little crazy. Sabotage went great. We reached a lot of the goals and revealed the new bird. Hell yeah. Smooch him. I don't want you. Wait. No, that turns into Jinx. We've never done Jinx.
No, we've never done Jinx. We've been kind of avoiding Jinx.
Do we dare? do we dare catch Smooch him?
Well, that's a great question.
So okay.
Oh, by the
So
way, my art's been frozen on your stream for I don't know how long, since before I started the sunset colors.
it hasn't been frozen. I've been making sure.
Well, then you're. Oh, never mind. Sorry, your stream has been buffering on my phone, and I didn't realize.
So Lampy, if I can phrase this in a way that is exactly how the events went down. We went up onto the mountain, to the very top of the mountain. We fought Pokemon Satan, and then after we killed it, we sent it back through time, and then we jumped through a time portal, went into the future, beat up a child, and then we beat the game. You apparently win the game if that's what you do.
It felt so